me on a podcast.
We're so podcasting.
Is it too hello? Should I use my sexy voice?
No, you can use your normal voice.
Should I use my
Colin Lynn.
Colin.
Hello.
Are we recording?
You're getting up close to the mustache.
Oh, hey.
Yeah, we're recording.
I love the little pouty face.
It's just my go-to.
I got to get out my list.
How are my levels?
Your levels are great.
How are my
Epic.
levels? I'm just kidding.
Let's go
I'll
ahead.
talk normal.
Let's go. No, any voice you bring to us is acceptable.
But the problem is I have to stay in that voice the entire time.
I be cackling.
You don't. You
We
don't.
do be cackling,
You can
though.
switch it
Yeah,
up.
I'm scared because now I can't lean away from the microphone like I usually do.
No, you can.
Ashley, not to
I'm
be a
just gonna
total
have to go
freak, but you
sideways.
definitely have like sexy radio voice. I was listening to your voice. I'm
Like,
like, wow,
you
that is so
scoot
smooth.
Yeah, usually.
Do I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll take it.
Okay.
My brother asked me, we were listening to I played him the first part of the first episode in the car on the way back today. And he asked me if you were faking your accent.
You know.
He was like, is that for
That's
show?
natural.
And I was like, no, she'd be talking like that.
No.
That's
She's from
real,
Paulding
brother.
County, Georgia.
I'm from Paulding County.
You walk in, you say, Ashley, guess what? She goes, what?
What?
What? Tell me. Oh, it's the tail.
Tell me more.
Tell me more.
Now we got to stop. We have to apologize. We
It's getting pretty
formal apology to all
Cornhusker
those with
over
southern
here.
accents.
Corn husk.
It is corn husk.
All right. All right.
You ever made a microphone out of a corn on the cob?
I've made a handle for a garden shovel.
No way.
Yes. That's what like the tools and stuff that my great grandparents used to use. Yeah, the handles.
Farm core? Is that like grandma core? Well, like the way people decorate their house?
Kind of,
Okay.
yes, you
okay.
get it. You got it a lot faster than Colin
I
did.
am not
me-
old.
It took a lot.
It
But
took me
wait.
more than 40 hours.
I made a promise to bring this up to you so you know about this.
Oh, no. What did he say?
No, he did it so well. He used core in perfect context.
I'm so excited.
Tell her what you said.
I don't know.
We were talking about. We were very busy today.
Okay.
You saw.
This was
I was.
today?
Yeah, you were. You were starting to break a sweat, girl. You were hustling this
yeah,
morning.
girl. I don't want to talk about the sweat. I was sweating so bad.
No, it was more like a beautiful glisten.
Yeah.
Thanks
That
for
made you
that.
radiate
Thanks
and
for
glow.
that. We were talking later about how busy it had been, and I told you just to hype us up as a team that we basically killed it.
Oh,
You said like brutal murder crime core.
Brutal murder crime core.
did I actually say that?
Yes.
That's so good. I would
crazy.
say that.
So hold on though.
You killed it.
He did it.
If there's
Brutal
grandma
murder crime
core for home styles
Right.
and there is farm core, do you think there could be a brutal murder crime scene core?
Yes.
Home style?
100%. It's just
But could
Halloween
it be modern and
decorations.
elegant? We would have black window frames, red walls.
Murder mystery core.
Maybe like a Patrick Bateman's apartment.
Murder mystery
Like
dinner
super-
party with your best friends at 7 p.m. on a Saturday night. Core. Welcome to 3Bs on a
Pod.
This week on 3Bs on a
Pod.
We're going to talk about some classy would you rathers. I'm Colin,
I'm Hannah.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Lindsey.
Yeah.
and we're the 3Bs plus 1M on a pod.
A mom. Mom pod.
Just moms.
Mom and also multifaceted woman who's
Yes.
good at a lot of different
stop.
Who's about to get a
Okay.
cool
She's
new
like-
job.
Guys, we can't
Yeah.
spend our entire podcast time just loving on each other because people are going to want to throw up and they won't
Yeah.
listen.
Lindsay is a regular at Good Stuff Coffee House. Tomorrow you've got a
Good stuff.
freaking photo shoot. at
Photo
Good
shoot
Stuff.
with baby.
Yeah.
Little baby.
That's because we live there and
Yeah.
you guys are our family.
Yes.
The other morning, Lindsay walked in
family.
with like a sundress on, 8 a.m. And
But she was
she comes at her
beautiful.
hair, her sort of in her face, and she goes, I just rolled out of bed.
Okay, to be honest though, that is my house dress when I don't feel like walking around naked because I have children now.
Yeah.
So I have to just throw something on and it's that. And I feel so comfortable with you all that I just come in that or my pajamas.
Oh my
That's a
gosh.
beautiful house dress. I would
Old Navy,
never
$5.
pegged it.
I love Old Navy. Y'all, this is really off topic, but I went through my entire closet today and I was downsizing.
That's the best feeling.
And those Old Navy tank tops that I wear all the time, y'all know the
Yep.
ones. I wear them all the time. Same variation of tank top. I have 11 different colors of the same tank top.
All right, so let's talk about Old Navy real fast though, because I had my fancy interview yesterday, and I had this outfit picked out. It was the dress I showed you with the blazer.
powder
Yeah,
blue.
the monochrome
like
moment.
an hour before I had to leave, I'm like, I'm not wearing this. And Zach's
That's
like,
so
no,
real.
you
That's
got the
so
outfit
woman.
scary.
I was like, this doesn't feel right. I'm not me in this. I'm like, I need pants. And Zach's like, where are we going to get pants while we have a sleeping baby?
Old Navy
and you're
pixie pants.
Yes, that's what I got. I was like, I'm driving my pants to Old Navy. I got the pixie flare. I quickly threw them on. I was like, yep, I'm a size 12 now because I just had a baby. And then I left, and the girl was so sweet. I was in a rush, and she could tell. I'm like, I don't
Was it
even
the
need a
Hiram
bag.
Old Navy?
Yeah. And she's
I
like,
used to work
I'm
there.
like, I don't even need a bag. I'm like, I'm on my way to an interview. She goes, let me give you a hanger then so you can hang these up. And I was like, girl,
That's so cute.
respect. I
That's
would
so
have
sweet.
told her
It
if
was
I
that
could.
nice when I worked
It
there.
was so cool.
Never had
are
a
you just-
positive
it was
experience
me.
at Old Navy.
Me either, except for this chick. So wait, let's talk. I know I'm your guest, but let's talk about you guys real quick from a
Wait.
guest perspective.
wait.
we got a guest hijacking the pod.
Because let's just
The
say,
turntables have turned.
for all of our listeners out there, you don't know these three like I do. These are the happiest, funniest three of the bunch. When you go into Good Stuff or Unnamed Coffee House, they are always twisting up some fun. They've got their little, like, boom on business, and they slap each other. Yeah. They're like,
We gotta change it to
bumping
that. We
hips.
gotta change
And
it
they
to
know
boom on
every
business.
customer. Like, I was in the middle of a conversation with you guys one time, and you were like, hey, it's, I don't know his name, but let's just say it's Aaron. Hey, it's Aaron. And then you immediately start getting to work, and you're like, hey, Aaron, you want the usual that I think Aaron has every day, if you know who I'm
Like
talking
the
about.
cortado. Good
Or a
old
double shot these
Aaron's a-
days.
You
But
never
I'm not
know.
talking about
He's been getting
Aaron.
milk.
I'm talking about the other guy.
Kyle.
Kyle
Kyle.
comes in, and you guys are just like, we know what Kyle wants, and you just get rolling. And I'm like, this is talent. This is talent.
With surprise
You guys-
syrup.
Surprise syrup.
You guys are the spirit and life of the coffee shop. And I speak for all coffee shop people, especially regulars at coffee shops. You regulars know who you are at other coffee shops. But we come not only for the coffee and the food, because let's be honest, I mean, the coffee's fantastic, but we could also make our own food. We come for you, and I wanted all of your listeners to know that. So they will all come for you.
This okay. All right.
Guys, we're
That's
going to be
so
bringing in
wholesome.
double the business
As we
with this
go
podcast.
Is that
Lindsay's really good at this.
You're actually
kidding.
perfect at this.
I listen to a
Boom
lot of
on
podcasts.
business.
You're really good at it.
We're gonna toss around some would you rather's, and we're gonna have some deep,
Ooh.
theological, philosophical, practical conversations.
Emotional.
Very emotional.
You
It
know?
could get emotional. Who
could.
knows what we have? So
Yeah.
these would you rather's, they're meant to be conflicting, but also not. So I'll go, Ashley will go, Lindsay will go, you'll go, I'll go, and then Ashley will go, and then Lindsay will go, then you'll go, and then
Okay.
and then
Okay.
I'll go, and then Ashley will go, and then
And then I'll
I
go.
feel kind of
Yeah.
Switch it
nervous.
up.
Yeah.
I just
Zigzag.
want to tell y'all that.
you what?
I feel like, what if mine are stupid now?
Don't worry.
I don't think, you know
Mine
what,
are
though? They're
definitely
fun.
stupid.
You,
You know-
also have an opportunity to make up a new one while we're
That's true. You
going
can
through.
lie.
So you can
and say
figure-
that it was
yeah.
originally what you wanted.
Okay.
Yeah,
Nobody
we
will
don't know
know.
what's on that pad
Good
paper.
plan. That's true.
Or is it all in your mind?
This could be a
It's
blank sheet of
blank.
paper.
It's
Okay.
like on TV shows when they're reading off of something and it's literally a blank sheet of paper.
Or Schmidt when he's supposed to be talking on the phone to
Schmidt, I
Cece.
love Schmidt. Okay, can we take a minute? Schmidt's a hot guy.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I did
I
this.
love you,
I
Zach.
that he's
Thank you
supposed
for
to be
being the
talking.
father of our babies. But Schmidt is like, that is dinner and dessert.
just the
'Cause you know
perfect
what?
amount of fruity.
He's like happy and silly and serious, and he is a go-getter. Zach's gonna murder me. If I don't come to the coffee shop, you need to like look for my body.
Oh, come on.
It's buried next to Max.
Schmidt's worth it. I'm a Nick lady myself.
I'm a Ryan goes in you.
Nick,
British
He's the
guy.
British guy. The British
the
teacher
small
guy.
British teacher.
Yeah.
oh my god,
They
I
did
forgot
him so
about him.
dirty. That's my man.
Wait, you're a Nick guy?
I love Nick
I
Miller.
cannot
Yeah, I
see
knew
that.
you would.
Really?
Yeah,
I see
Farmer
the
Ashley
vision.
family. I cannot see you with a Nick. I would see you with Jim from because Jim has like the humor, but he's subtle, and I feel like you would like
He's
that.
thoughtful.
But he's
I could see
also like
that.
thoughtful, and he's very confident, and I feel like
And he's
that's
not a
what I would like.
bum like Nick.
Like
Is that-
Nick.
Yeah, I can't see you.
See, he's not
From
your
the streets
type.
of Chicago.
He's your pattern.
Oh my gosh, that was mind blown, guys. We're never gonna get to these lists.
All right, I'll start us off. Would you rather be a mermaid in a lake but see clearly, or a mermaid in the ocean with low visibility?
Lake.
Wow, a lake.
The ocean's spooky.
Lake seems safer too.
Yeah.
Safer for a mermaid.
Plus, like, what's the point of being a mermaid if you can't see?
That's true. I want to be able to see underwater.
You're like blind and flopping around. Like, where are you going?
Literally, you could be human and not see anything in the water.
So yeah,
That's true.
Except now you you can't even walk.
But what lake?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Not Lake Lanier.
What is your degree of visibility in the ocean? How many feet in front of me could I see?
It's like if you were to now go in the ocean and open your eyes underwater.
So
so human vision, but I'm a mermaid.
But
you have a tail?
Like
Maybe a little more.
low visibility.
Are
Like it's
underwater
not clear.
contacts
It's
an
a
option?
frustratingly low visibility.
It's dark.
It's not dark. You can still see the sun and the blue, but you can't see
So it's not
details.
clear.
You're
Like
just
you need
like
glasses.
Are underwater
need glasses.
corrective lenses
But-
an option?
no.
Just take it as
So
it
lake.
is. Lake.
The
It's just-
optometrist is not.
Wow. Have you been
See joke corn.
On the radio, Colin's tongue just came out of his mouth. I didn't like
That
it.
laugh
It's
was
my
that-
natural laugh. It's
That
what
was
I
like
did
a
when I was
pornographic
baby.
laugh.
You don't
I'm
laugh
just gonna
with your
say
tongue
that.
out.
I just did.
He did
And
it
I
again
just
for the
did.
radio. He did it again.
So I think we're all gonna pick the lake.
Like,
Did you pick the lake? You get to answer your own.
personally would, for convenience, I would like the lake so I can at least see. But I feel like after a while you'd get used to it in the ocean, and you can go so many other places.
You crave the adventure of the
I
sea.
crave the
lake
adventure of the sea.
With a river that connects to the sea.
a river mermaid.
No, once you're in
Can
the
I
sea,
see?
your eyes go.
Ah, she's
Salt
trying
water,
to.
gone.
Well, then you can be a lake within a river system. Then you can.
You know what? I would be a mermaid in
What?
the Nantahala River, and I would watch all the whitewater rafters go by, and then I'd tip their little boats and make them laugh.
Does
And if
the
people were
Great
drowning,
Lakes
I would
count?
save them.
That's big.
Do
That's
they
like
what?
an
The
ocean.
Great Lakes? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
So
that's,
that's
a
good.
lake.
That's like an ocean. That's the best of both
That's
worlds.
good.
Okay, cool.
I'll take Michigan.
I'll take Superior.
Get out!
no!
Oh my gosh.
You
Wait,
guys-
what's the other one?
Who's
What's the other
taking
one?
Erie? Who's taking
I'll
Erie?
take Erie.
I don't want Erie.
Ontario.
You're stuck with Ontario, Lindsay.
Okay, in all honesty,
No, she
though, like
picked a river.
Florida public education, I didn't know.
I
all
don't know the
names.
difference between any of those.
I didn't even know.
I
the
just
names.
know
They
Superior because I
go
saw a
like
video about it
this
yesterday.
and that,
Well, I
and
know what
then
they
this.
There's one
Yeah,
over
look kinda
here.
funky.
They look kind of funky.
There's
They
a
look like
glove somewhere up there.
Is there a glove? Oh, Michigan.
I know.
Okay.
Also, on the subreddit, you guys should
Get out.
You
post
should
on that.
answer.
Y'all answer these. What would
That
you
would be
rather
fun. We have
It's
a subreddit.
a real
Okay,
subreddit.
I gotta get on
you
Reddit.
can be typing
you
on
can
it.
be typing on it. We'll put
Okay.
it in the show notes.
Okay. Would you rather not be able to buy coffee out, like ever again,
Mm.
Ooh.
or not be able to eat out, like take out food?
Can you eat out like at a restaurant?
No, it's
Or is
No,
it takeout
it's like
like you
anything
gotta,
that's
you
like
have to make your own.
you
You
gotta-
coffee at home. It's
yeah,
one of those.
yeah.
coffee at home?
You
would rather-
so
I'd
you
rather
could
make
get
the coffee.
takeout.
Yeah.
So you could keep getting takeout.
Yeah.
See, I don't
I
like
would
coffee, but I
agree.
love the baked goods.
Yeah.
So I would say no coffee for me.
Because
I'll
she's a
make the
decaf
coffee at
girly.
home.
I mean, and decaf, honestly, it sucks everywhere you go. Like, I mean,
This
you
is
guys
true.
make it good, but it
Don't
all
lie.
tastes the same.
No,
No.
you can be real. It smells like barbecue.
I actually like it. I'm gonna be honest.
I mean,
Okay,
like,
love.
Jim
Today,
and
Lindsay
Nick's,
told me
what?
that she had the best decaf
best
mocha of her life.
Today?
Oh my god, it was
Oh, love.
yeah. Ashley made the best.
Meanwhile, I was slaving over your friggin' egg bites.
There was an eye roll in there for all who didn't know.
For the radio.
He's got
Colin's
shifty
got
eyes.
some dude. This is hard for me as your regular to like pick favorites here. I'm not trying to. Okay,
Okay.
Ashley, would you rather have your coffee out or your food out?
I would rather have my food out because there's so many places I like to get takeout food from.
Yeah.
And my hack is I just buy that KitchenAid espresso machine.
Did you
that I-
actually buy
Or
it?
$600.
No, but in my scenario I do.
Yeah.
And
Because you find $600 just for that, or
Under
someone
your
gives you one for
couch.
free.
In your jacket
You're so
pocket,
right.
a check written out to Ashley Lynn Hitchcock for $5.99.99.
and that's exactly what it is.
You know what
I'll
I
pay
mean?
the shipping.
Yeah.
I'll pay the
Ashley
shipping.
Lynn.
She's got shipping and
Yes,
handling
I'm
and
Ashley
tax.
Lynn. Yes,
I
that's from Kelly Lynn.
Okay.
She gave me her name.
Mama.
and then Colin Lynn.
Colin Lynn.
Are you Colin
Colin
Lynn?
Lynn.
And I'm Lynn Lynn. Lindsay Lynn.
Is it
Anna
Lynn?
No.
Yeah, I kind of think that I would do no coffee because some of the best cups of coffee I have in my bedroom from
I
my
feel like
Keurig.
you are like a home man.
I
You should
am
see the way
like-
he
you
sets
make-
up his shoes.
You should have seen him trying to cut this
They're
cantaloupe.
great.
I have
Yeah.
a photo.
He's gonna cut off his fingers.
But you
Bruh.
did cut the cantaloupe and you made us a
Yeah.
snack, and that
No injuries involved.
There were mental injuries. I really felt like I was going to cut myself.
And you were
But you
scared.
didn't.
Yeah, I was kind of in my mind playing out the scenario. One of you says, "Hey, Colin, should I help you with that?" And I'd say, "Well, I would rather get cut than you guys get cut."
And none of us even offered to help you.
Yeah,
You offered.
yeah.
Did I?
I think you
you tried
did.
to show
no,
him.
well,
I don't think you meant to.
No,
You
I
said,
just
you
said I would
said,
show
you
you
said,
how.
"Hey, Colin,
Oh,
do you
yeah,
want to
yeah,
know
yeah,
a better
yeah.
way to do that?"
Would you rather go 2 months without any access to your phone or 2 months without any access to your friends? Like hanging out in real life.
Easy, no phone.
Yeah.
Bye.
I fear I'm going to
guys
say
are-
no phone.
You guys are good people.
How will I know about all of my pop culture updates?
You would keep
Through
your
the
phone.
grapevine.
You would keep your phone.
No. I'm going to hang out with my friends, and then I'm going to live vicariously through you, and you're going to tell me everything that's going on.
Cool, but no technology for you.
No
hon.
technology. We're taking
No,
it
but
back
they
to the
can tell
90s,
me.
guys. If you like a person, you just write it on a note and drop it off in their mailbox or something, but there's no texting.
Well, at that
That was
point,
the way to
I'm
live.
sure I wouldn't care. So
We would get so used to it.
It would
we
be fine.
adapt to
It
things.
would be
so,
hard to go back to your phone.
Can you imagine
Yeah.
if everyone got rid of their phones for 2 months? What would happen to the world? Like,
We
would
would
we
devolve
all
into
actually
chaos.
get used to it, or would it take
It'd
a longer
probably be
period
easier
of
to
time?
walk through the air because there wouldn't be as many waves going back and forth.
okay.
Wow.
We would have
All right.
Genius.
black market phone.
Probably less cancer.
I actually
Oh,
believe
you
in
mean
that.
like if they took our
Yeah.
phones away?
Yeah,
Screw this phone, let's
we
throw
would
this thing
have
into
black
the wall.
market phone.
That's it. I'm going tin hat. I'm moving to the mountains. We're not going to have Wi-Fi. Nothing.
Sometimes it is scary, like how dependent I am on it. And I kind of wish sometimes that I lived in a world where there never really was a possibility to have something like that. Like,
my childhood.
it's scary how much we can access.
And do you know the average person checks their phone without meaning every 10 minutes?
yeah, it's very
Every 10
addictive.
Every 10 minutes, you just pick it up almost like out of habit. And now that I've told you that, you're going to realize that you do
That's
it.
a weapon. That's
You
a
can see it
government
too.
weapon.
If you have an iPhone, you can see how many times you pick it up.
I
I
feel
would
like I
go
brought the
without
mood
phone.
down there.
Yeah, I
but
would
I'm
give-
glad
I
we
would
all
give
chose
away
our
the phone.
friends.
Yeah,
I would choose my friends. 100%.
that would be so sad.
We'd be giggling. Would you rather be cloned every time you sneeze or see how
Whoa.
people die when they hug you?
Oh my God. Wow.
Be cloned every time I
Cloned,
sneeze.
yeah.
These are sentient clones. Like, you have control of them.
Oh.
Oh, shoot. Heck
That's
yeah.
that's a lot of
I don't know if I
responsibility.
want that many of me.
You
Where
could
would I
just go put them in a
all?
room, and if you don't want to do anything with them, go put them in a
Okay,
room and make
what
them
about
go to sleep.
when you are sick?
That's a lot of sick
And you
You're
news
gonna
to
need
take
a
in
big
sneeze.
here.
house.
Like 15 to 20 times
Pollen
a day.
season. Oh, we're all screwed.
We're screwed.
The world
we don't
will
have enough
overpopulate.
food.
Overpopulation.
Can you kill them?
Well, do they die?
Could you
guess-
kill yourself?
I guess you-
All right, now we're getting real dark. Let's hold on.
I think
Well,
you could
kill
kill
your
them. They're just
clone.
clones.
Would
How do you do it? Do they
would
have
there-
blood?
but they
they're
look like
sentient.
you.
So
Would there be any like legal repercussions if you killed?
Would you be a murderer?
What if they also have your same thoughts and they start killing each other and try to kill you? What if when they sneeze, they also duplicate?
yeah, they would because they're clones of you.
Okay, but
you
pause.
don't want to see when you hug somebody, you don't want to see how they
Flip
die.
side of that, though, what if you hug someone, you can see how they die, and you tell them?
Yeah,
hey,
and then they know.
But
Don't go
that's
for that
Final
car ride.
Destination.
Yeah,
You can't be
okay.
dead.
But then,
this is
no,
a
because
tough
then they're not
one.
going to die that way. Then they're going to die
They're
some
gonna
other
die
way.
some other way.
Well,
So then you
everyone
hug them
dies.
again, you're like, all right.
Let me keep checking.
Just imagine like hugging Ashley
told you,
2
mine are
times in one
weird.
shift, and each time you hug her, it's a different scenario because her
I
life
fall
is
on the
changing
bagel
so.
guillotine.
I don't like that, Ashley. Don't talk like that. Keep that nasty talk.
Human guillotine. You know, I just realized the other day heads will roll comes from that, like from them chopping off people's heads. I never thought about that, but I personally would choose the seeing how people die.
Man,
Why?
I don't know. I don't want clones.
I've always
One of me
wanted
is
a
enough.
twin.
We don't need a bajillion.
I'm surprised you've said this.
It's true. let's be honest. Also, then if I had a bunch of me's, I'd be competing with them. Right now, I'm the best me. It's
Right now,
possible
you're-
that the others
yeah,
would be the
that
best
would be
me.
too much
What if
competition.
every
I don't want
time you
that.
clone, you get better?
But
If-
then I'm old news.
If I had a clone or several clones, I could have the best farm ever.
You could send them
Oh
to
my
work
gosh.
for you. You could be rich.
Yeah, this
You
is
just stay laid up
maybe
on
I
the
should
couch
choose
and
the
you tell them to
clones.
get out there and pick those tomatoes.
I choose my mind. I changed my mind. I choose the clones. They could make me money.
You could get
Passive
so
income.
much done.
Yeah.
Yeah, because what if you
I'd be the
see
most
somebody and they're getting murdered when you hug them and you're the one that kills them?
Oh.
And you're like, oh, that's probably troubling to your own spirit.
I would imagine that it would be hard to.
That'd be
see
tough.
that.
That'd be tough.
All right, I'm gonna go for the one that hurts the least amount of my heart and say the clones.
I would agree.
Even if eventually they start to cause trouble and I have to take a few of them out.
Yeah, because there's so many.
I'd be
of them, it
willing to
doesn't
do
matter
that.
much
Is
anyway.
that legal to kill them though? Do they even exist? They don't have a passport. They don't have a birth certificate. They just poofed out of thin air.
Yeah,
Mr.
that's true.
Meeseeks.
Technically, they aren't people.
Yeah.
Like legally speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they don't have an expiration date. Like, how do
That's
we know
a
if they
scary.
age?
This is a
They're
scary
clones,
scenario.
so they would age.
They age at the same rate as you?
Probably, yeah, because they're clones.
We're all gonna have a great time in our retirement home one day.
Yeah, we are.
Our nursing home.
Me and me and me and me and
Yeah.
me and me and me and me and me.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a lot.
Anyways,
Me and my
All right.
personalities.
all right, I'm going to set the scene. You're on a hike with your friend.
Oh.
There's a fork in the trail.
Mm.
You want to go right towards a beautiful pasture of perfect horses and a rainbow. But your friend wants to go left. But only you can see that there is a flesh-eating monster holding a sign that says, "I will eat you if you go this way."
What?
Why can't your friend see
So
the
go
sign?
right.
That's not important. The friend can't even see the monster.
Okay.
So right.
Yeah. Would you rather keep the peace and go left?
No.
What? No.
I don't hate myself that much.
Or would you rather go the way you want to go alone? They will not go with you.
Will
Okay.
they go left
That's
either
their
way?
fault. They be
Dude, messed
dying.
up. So your friend's gonna go left. So basically, do you want to go die with them or just go your own way?
One of us is gonna live, and it's gonna be me.
your own way.
You can. What is it? You can take your own path.
You could take your own path.
You can take your own path.
That's good.
Ashley Lynn and I rewrote a classic Fleetwood Mac song. You're welcome.
Yeah, that's going to be on the debut album. Ashley Lynn sings. Come to the Dallas
It's the
Theater in
only
January.
song.
It's just
Oh
a
my
single.
gosh.
It's just a single, guys.
That was an easy one.
Yeah, we all
Yeah.
agreed pretty quick on
Well,
that.
did he
Yeah.
agree
Wait,
to
I
go
have a
die.
question.
Fine.
I have
I
a
don't
Your
question.
brother?
That's his prerogative.
Is there a chance we could together defeat the monster?
The flesh-eating monster.
Well,
With the
do
power
we
of
want
love
to
and
dive into
friendship?
this? Do we want to dig into this universe?
I don't know. Do
No,
we?
it's flesh-eating.
Wait, but then you're gonna make your choice based on that. But in real life, in this real life scenario, that is
You
not
don't know,
real.
yeah.
You wouldn't know.
We don't know.
Nah, they can die. That's their own.
Could I have like a 9mm on my hip in this scenario?
Yes.
It's a regenerating.
New
flesh-eating
detail.
monster.
You have to watch.
Oh heck no!
Okay, I'm out. I'll go right.
I can.
Wait, you're gonna go rot or you'll go right?
Right.
I'm going right.
Lindsay's dragging Ashley.
I'm going towards that pasture with the rainbow.
With the rainbow and the horses.
presumed pot
The
of
horses
gold.
are like, "Come this way."
I ate all of your cantaloupe.
This seems like a.
I was really nervous.
You're nervous?
No,
Okay.
I'm just hungry. What's yours, Ashley?
Would you rather get punched in the face like really hard? I'm talking so hard, there's a chance that you'll have brain damage
Oh my god!
or like a concussion. It could be bad. Like you don't even know this punch is coming.
Oh my gosh.
It's just out of nowhere, directly square in the noggin. Or would you rather hyperextend your knee?
The knee.
I'm trying not to choke.
I would not want to do that. I've seen that. That looks so
like when
painful.
Your knees bent upward.
No, bent like backwards. Like it folds that way.
Folds in. Like
Yeah, like you're standing up, somebody kicks you
And it folds back.
in this knee right
This
here.
goes back.
Going that way. This, instead of going
patella
forward,
goes
patella goes retro. Like it's
Oh my god!
it's bad.
Guys, I can feel the pain
yeah,
in
knee.
both.
See what I mean?
Knee.
Yeah, but my knee, because I need my brain to think, so I don't want.
I do not want to
brain
have
damage.
hyperextend my knee.
No, I don't want. What if I got like a permanently crooked nose or something?
But let's be real.
I don't want
we
that.
don't want either of these.
That's true.
The question is,
Which one
would
do I
you
want
rather?
less? The knee.
I want the knee less. I would rather get punched in the face.
And
You're
risk
better than me.
brain damage?
Yeah.
No.
No, you can live without your leg.
Exactly, but
no,
not
I
without
feel
your
the
brain.
knees pain more than I feel the face pain.
Do you
That's because
think?
you've never experienced that kind of pain?
Do you think John Cena could punch you hard enough in the face
about a time I was in
To
Grand
knock you out,
Junction.
for sure.
to knock you out?
Yeah. Do you think John Cena's ever done slap fighting?
There's a video of me on Facebook slap boxing this guy in one of the towers in Okinawa, Japan, and I got smacked so hard I did a full 360, probably a 375.
You are by far the most interesting human I have ever met. I don't know how
He
you ended
has
up
so
in
much
Dallas.
lore.
We
But it's
uncover
cool.
lore every
Crazy
time,
lore.
every episode.
Got lore
I'm not
for
proud of
years.
this lore. I found it on Instagram, not Instagram, Facebook, and
Can
I
we see?
untagged myself
Oh,
because I was so embarrassed. I was wearing a Reebok shirt. I had a shaved head.
This guy in the box.
I had
loves the
probably a
box.
black backpack on and some baggy shorts
Oh, definitely
and my
suspicious.
Red flag.
Velcro Reeboks.
Oh no. So, let's say our local radio station or podcast is giving away a trip. Now, here's the caveat. Which would you rather? A very short trip, like a 3-day trip, all expenses paid, to somewhere epic, like New Zealand or Bora Bora, one of those. Short trip, but epic. Or like a 2-month paid trip, but all you can do is like travel around the Southeast here, but everything is also paid for. So short and luxurious, or really long and maybe not quite as luxurious, but you get a lot of options.
Short and luxurious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I would want to get back to my life after a while.
You would be, first of all, the other one, like, it's not as luxurious and you're on it for so long.
Yeah, it sounds
Like,
great.
It'd be
at a
kinda
certain
tired.
point,
It'd be
you're
like all of
this
summer.
sucks. I don't want this
What?
anymore.
All of summer.
Okay,
Alabama?
well, let's think about this.
Well,
Let's think
okay,
about
sorry, not Alabama. Let's be honest. Like Georgia, North
Florida.
Carolina, the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, all the little resorts and wineries along the way for 2 months.
True.
Or like one epic trip for
this.
3 days. See what I'm
Now that you
saying?
put it that way.
Now that I put
I
it
think
that
I
way.
would do,
But I could do that over the next few years of my life.
but it's paid.
It's all paid.
all expenses paid.
I would do that. I would do the 2 months.
That's what I would do because it's a much longer experience.
Yeah.
But then you risk losing relationships while you're gone.
What relationship?
Can you take
Let me tell
somebody
you
Or
with
something.
you
it?
come back to a job?
Yeah,
So
we
you
all come back
come
to your
back
job.
to-
Your job is like,
hold
hell
it for
yeah,
you.
that's fine. You can stay.
Victoria will keep you afloat. Don't worry.
Okay, I also am on staff at a church, so
They will also keep you afloat.
okay. We're
This
just
is like
speaking
one of
for
those-
the elders, y'all. We're speaking for the bishop.
Yes.
Okay. I don't have a bishop at my church. We're non-denom, hun.
So Ashley and I are 2 months. We're like, let's do it.
There's
let's
a
go
lot
together.
to do. There's a lot to do in the South.
Asheville
is.
is so fun.
But what about y'all?
Also, Bora Bora.
Because that's also like a once in a lifetime trip.
That's true.
Yeah,
Fun.
I could drive up to Asheville and, hit up some restaurants. Maybe go to the vineyard.
You want
You're gonna
the
take
Bora Bora
exotic-
experience.
I want the Bora Bora that I would not be able to afford on my own.
Good. Yeah. Okay.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't
This is
afford
our
a 2 month
first.
long trip. by
Is this our
myself.
first
I'm
one
gonna
that's
go
like
to
a split
Iceland.
vote?
See, we're 50-50.
Yes.
Ash and I are going to get ourselves a camper and drive all around these waterfalls, and y'all going to hop on an airplane, and we're going to send each other pictures.
Yeah.
It makes a lot of sense to me that these are what we chose too.
Yeah,
That
I
me
mean,
and Colin chose the same, and you guys chose the same.
well, the thing
That
is,
makes
I
sense
want
to
to
me.
wake up every morning to a really nice AC.
No, it's 2 mornings.
Beach.
It's-
Two
I mean,
mornings?
well, it's
yeah,
3 days.
every morning. That's when you're in the same place for a long time. It kind of, like a whole day, it feels
would
like a
get
long
sick.
time.
Of traveling. I mean, even just the 2 weeks I was gone.
I just want to be home.
At the end of it, I was sick. I was like, ugh.
We have a wanderlust spirit.
There's also a greater risk that you guys are going to fight on your trip.
Me and
Meanwhile-
Ashley?
We're gonna
Meanwhile-
We
fight.
will never
No,
fight.
you
No.
don't know that.
No. We
Meanwhile, hey, bathroom habits.
no, I think
Who knows? Talking
We're
in your
both
sleep
good
or snoring.
communicators.
I'm a clean
Y'all are
girl.
screwed.
Same, and we'd be like, "Hey, this is upsetting me," and you'd be like, "All right." And I'm like, "Okay," and let's move on.
And
We're
then,
mature like that.
yeah.
Okay, just for the record, and you can bleep this out, but my baby might be on her way here, so I could breastfeed her because she's losing her mind. So Zach might be coming here with Wyatt and Mackenzie, and I might have to pause just so I can nurse her. I'm sorry, mom life.
That means we get to
can take
hold
a
her.
recess.
Oh, she drank 2.5. Okay. He gave her formula. That's okay.
Is that good?
In a situation like this where she's starving and crying, it's absolutely okay. A fed baby is a good baby, nursed or not. It's
It's true.
fine. And hey,
I don't
she
think
might
I've ever
actually
seen her cry.
It's the saddest thing, guys, on the podcast. I'm sorry to have that moment where I talk about my kids. Mackenzie is the happiest baby.
She's so happy.
I've never
First
known
of
a
all,
happier one.
She loves the three of you. She freaking loves Colin. Colin holds this baby. He holds her in the air like she's, Simba from The Lion King. And that girl is beaming. And I'm always worried her drool is going to go straight in your mouth.
I'm
But
holding
she
it
just
open. I'm like,
loves you. Yeah.
She giggles too.
She laughs. And she's just always happy. So when she cries, you're like, I will do anything for you not to cry because it just wrecks your heart. She
so
gets so sad. And she's like, and her little face all squinted.
does she have tears?
Yeah, she gets teary and red and hot and sweaty.
Me too.
No.
I also do when I cry.
It only happens sometimes at night. So, okay, she's not coming, so we're good. We
Okay,
can just blur all of that out.
Let's do it. Hey, we'll keep that in.
If would you rather?
I love that you're already laughing.
Would you rather be like incredibly smart, like
Oh, no.
Stephen Hawking smart, but like unable to socialize, or
So Stephen Hawking.
quite possibly the dumbest person on earth, but you're good with people?
Absolutely the dumbest person with good people. Because being lonely and smart is no fun, and life should be fun.
And Rich wasn't involved in that, so I would rather use my people skills than my smart skills.
Yeah.
Are you
skills
smart
get you
enough for
far.
that?
Well, if you're dumb and everyone loves you, then
Yeah, you
someone's
get-
going to give you a job.
Okay,
That's
so
true.
if I'm dumb, does that mean I have no business ideas? I have no way to
I think
make
you've
money
just
for
got
myself?
not a single
You're
thought
like
behind
a
those
couple,
eyes.
you're like steps lower than where you are now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're like.
Just steps?
Just like three.
Just a couple.
A
Like,
small
no, that
two
came
stairs.
out so wrong. Pause. No, don't speak. Let me explain myself. Because you're still thinking the way Colin would, and I just meant to say Colin is smart. He's like, so I would have none of my.
No, but you
business
said
ideas.
I'm a few steps lower.
I love the way that was.
Oh my gosh, Colin! Don't take it that way.
I'm gonna take it that way,
No, that's not what I meant. You know what I
but I
meant.
know what you meant. I know what you meant.
He will never. He'll never serve me coffee or egg bites again.
I'm not cutting those things in half.
He's gonna
No
spit
chance.
on your egg bites.
I'm gonna fart on them.
Oh, gosh.
I would rather be unintelligent and have a lot of friends.
Ooh, way to be politically correct on that.
I'd rather be. Nah, I'd probably rather be dumb.
Yeah, because at least that way you could be ignorant.
Oh my
That's
gosh,
true.
ignorance really is bliss.
Yeah.
Let me
It
tell you
is.
that.
And like if you're
true.
smart and lonely because you can't socialize, you can't have friends, you don't know how to make friends
Yeah.
because nobody is as smart as you. That's
Yeah.
so lonely.
And the world would not be exciting or anything because you would have figured everything out, and you'd probably just
true.
think and think and think and overthink and be exhausted.
And then you start
Yeah.
to respect, you like hold yourself to too high of esteem, and then you become narcissistic.
Yeah, people don't like you.
No one likes you because you're
Well,
narcissistic.
I think
Simultaneously
not all-
narcissistic and also really self-deprecating.
Okay, hold on though, because there are really smart people who are not narcissistic.
Yes.
But I know quite a few very smart people, and their social circle is incredibly small.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times, it's honestly just because they get bored of because other people can't keep up on conversation with them.
That's sad.
But then they're bored and lonely, and that's their life.
Yeah, I wouldn't want that.
See, that's why I try to stay just a few steps higher.
Oh my gosh, I'm never gonna hear the end
Just a
of
few steps higher than the dumbest.
Dumbest person
possible
ever
option.
in all of history. I love it. Would you rather find a cure for dyslexia or discover a hidden treasure?
Treasure.
No one would know. No one would know.
a hidden treasure.
Obviously.
Dyslexia's not that bad.
It's not
you
that
can
bad.
still get by in life.
Dyslexia
Listen.
is livable.
Yeah.
Just don't drive and read like the street
Despite
signs.
what
Yeah.
Bella Thorne wanted us to believe.
Malalia throne.
There was this commercial on Disney Channel where
Oh God, my age is gonna show.
it's kind of like how
Who's Bella Thorne?
She's on
she was
Shake
on
It Up.
Shake It Up. And
What is Shake It
She's
Up?
got.
It
It's
was-
a
they were
dance show on
dancing
Disney
with
Channel with
Zendaya.
Zendaya.
they were on like a show, and it's kind of like when the Jonas Brothers. Did you see the? Did you see the?
When they announced that Nick had
diabetes.
diabetes.
Yeah, and
And he took his whole shirt off, and all the girls were like,
What's that thing? What is that?
"What's that tape
was
to
a
your
Dexcom.
side?"
there was a commercial, and he was like trying to bring awareness about like young people having diabetes. Everybody thought he was gonna die, and Bella Thorne did like a commercial similar to that about how she has dyslexia, and there's like stuff on the like there's words on the page, and like the words the letters are like shifting around and stuff, and we're all like, oh my gosh.
It said Valalia Throne.
How does she read?
I want to have someone with dyslexia
This is
on this
her.
podcast.
Oh my God, that girl, she's in something. No, but she's in something more
Yeah.
recent. What is she in? She's
don't
kind of
either.
hot in the new thing, too.
She's
Can you show me
so
a picture?
hot.
She kind of scares
She's in
me.
Midnight Sun.
No, there's another thing.
What
She's
came out
like,
recent?
whenever dad, like, oh my God, she's in the movie where they get in a camper. Jennifer Aniston's in it, I think, and they get in a
No,
camper.
I think isn't that Emma Roberts?
Oh my God, it's something like it's one of those kind
We
of
the
movies.
Millers
Meet the
or
Millers.
something.
No.
Meet the
Oh my
Millers.
God. Oh
We're
my
the
God. Oh my God.
Millers?
Oh my God. No. Yeah. It's with Jennifer Aniston and the really Adam Sandler, and they pretend to be ex-wife and husband because he's trying to impress some chick.
I've seen this.
And
Oh,
Adam
just go with
Sandler's
it. Just go with
daughter.
it.
I've seen this.
Is it
Yeah,
just
she's
go with
like
it?
he treats her like a boy because he
Yes.
wanted boys and his wife died, and so they go to like Africa. You know what I'm saying? They go to Africa.
I've never even heard of this movie.
It is so good.
What is this called?
What is this called? It's so good. They go to Africa. Anyway, she's his oldest daughter. His wife died a long time ago, and he treats all of them like boys because he's like
He wanted
the manager of
boys.
Dick's Sporting Goods. So that's where they get all their clothes, and her hair's super short. And then along comes like Jennifer Aniston and like takes her out to be, groomed, and she's beautiful at this resort in Kenya or wherever they are.
Wow.
It's blended. It's Drew Barrymore.
Blended. It's Drew Barrymore. It's not Jennifer Aniston.
okay.
It's Drew Barrymore blended.
I love a Drew Barrymore
She's in
moment.
this.
She's in it.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
We went way off track. I don't even remember
We
the question.
did.
Sorry.
We be
The
doing
question
that.
It's
is,
'cause
would
of
you rather find a
dyslexia.
cure for dyslexia
Treasure.
or discover a hidden treasure?
Hidden treasure.
But how would you monetize that? How would you
Do you
liquefy
think
it?
the glass? Like, do you think the
How long
cure?
would it take you to pawn that?
No, I
off?
would dig it in a hole for when the world ends and we have money.
But
But then
would it be
how
worth
you
anything?
spend it? Like, what's the purpose of having gold if it's not worth anything to anybody?
What is
It's
the
not
value
worth
of
it
money
now.
if the world
Don't worry, I'm not
economic
a tin
system
hat.
collapses?
Exactly. And then everyone's like, oh, all we have is paper. And I'm like, I got gold, buddy.
Well, I can reinforce your house with this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what you going to do with that paper? I'm going to set it on fire. You melt my gold. I got jewelry.
I
What
just
do
have
you
another
have?
way to have gold.
I love how we all just totally ignore the dyslexic people.
Well, I'm trying to think of
Because
like.
Ashley says dyslectics are fun.
I did
I
not.
think I'm mentally dyslectic.
I have a question. Like, what would the cure be?
Yeah.
Like glasses? No, I mean like fancy glasses that like keep the words from flying around the page.
Therapy.
It's probably brain
like some kind of
surgery.
brain therapy
Oh.
situation. But see, this would be a lot harder of a question if it was like cancer.
No,
But
but
it's
that's
not.
the thing. They do kill people that cure cancer and have. They shut people down, like that lady who has what's that tea? What's that tea? There's a special tea that
Is it a specialty tea?
it's a specialty tea, and a woman brewed it. She learned it from Native Americans when they would have sicknesses and like lumps. They would drink this and it would heal. It would take away any cancer. I'm trying to think. Something
let's
act tea. Something act
Let's
tea.
be real.
They have.
I think
lumps.
most cancers are caused by our lifestyles these days.
Too.
Probably.
Okay, I think
Would
you can
agree.
still obviously there's like really bad cancer that affects like young children who are born with like some issues,
Right.
and that's really sucky. But a lot of us know if we don't want to have certain cancers, we probably shouldn't smoke or drink a lot
Yeah.
True.
or eat a ton of sugar, like But we just live that lifestyle anyway.
Is it heavy metals too?
I don't know everything. That
Do you think
causes
it's the heavy
cancer.
metals that then respond to radiation?
It's
And
like
my-
I don't know,
microwaves?
but I really hope like some medical professional is not listening to us because he's probably like these fools.
these are.
We are
these the
not
dumbest
medical
people.
professionals.
That's why
Let's
they
just-
picked
let's
me
just
and
take this-
dumb because they are.
Yeah.
Let's just take a minute to disclaim we are not medical professionals. We don't claim to be medical professionals. We don't claim to have the answers to
Anything ever.
anything
I
at
claim
all.
to be the opposite.
We're
of a
literally
medical
talking
professional.
hypothetical situations.
How much monetary value does the treasure have? This doesn't change my
No,
answer.
that's what stresses me out. Is who do you go to When you find a gold
Well,
cup
is it
or
similar
a treasure box
like
full
I
of
think
old
it-
coins.
I think it could be
per purse?
because I could find a box with like a Cadbury egg and that,
And that
I
would be
would take
treasure.
that. Yeah, that's
Over
treasure to
here,
me.
just like the people?
No. This is like monetary treasure. This is like a king's treasure chest.
Oh, treasure.
Yeah, you bring it to a
Period.
museum. They pay you for it, or you
Cleopatra's-
auction it off.
But then there's all
With
these
her
things
necklaces and
along the
things.
lines of
Like,
where'd you find it?
It's on my
Is it your
property.
land?
Yeah.
Did
Treasure.
You know?
I think this is
Okay.
getting too deep.
Treasure.
Okay, it's getting
We-
too deep. We would
we all
rather find a
belong to
treasure.
our
audience.
You don't
We
have
want
to sell
treasure.
it all at
Yeah.
once. You sell it a piece at a time.
That's too
and then
time
you cash in
consuming.
the
I'm not
money.
trying to be Outer Banks up in here.
Yeah.
They be
you know
melting
when they
down
tried
that
to
gold.
pawn off that gold
They
bar?
tried
and
to
were
pawn
like,
off
"Girl,
$300
what?"
million in gold. They're like, no. They melted it down really little, and they're like,
Outer
this
This
is
isn't real.
Outer Banks, North Carolina.
Outer Banks
Yeah, it's a
TV show.
show.
TV
Never-
show.
Oh,
Called
it's
Outer
a TV
Banks.
show.
Yeah.
Oh my God! I thought you were talking about. Like, I'm like, what?
Sorry.
Who did that? Where are
Let
they?
me
I
clarify.
feel so old right now.
You're not.
But I love hanging out with you because inside, I feel like we're all on the same page. Still. We are. I never aged past 27.
I'm just a few steps lower.
I'm never gonna live this down. He looks like he's gonna murder
For
me.
the radio,
Someone walk
Colin's
me to my
got
car.
Murderous
I'm going to give you a
eyes
hug
at the
later
moment.
and just see
Stab
how
me
this
in the
all
back.
plays out.
Yeah.
See how
Oh,
she
great.
dies.
I'm gonna move on to Ashley.
Actually,
Earlier today,
Oh, no.
me and Victoria were talking about plants and like what kind of plants we would all be and everything. And Victoria knows a lot about houseplants. And she said that Colin, if he was a houseplant,
A snake plant?
no, I would be a snake plant.
I could see that.
Because you're resilient.
Yes, and the Lord built me like an ox. But Colin would be a fiddly fig. What
is that?
Fiddly
let me
fig, those are beautiful.
Let me
though.
say, yes, they're beautiful.
Very sensitive.
But
Dumb.
they're super sensitive. And if anything like slightly changes in their environment
they
and they
die.
get upset, they just drop their leaves.
Yes.
Oh, I've seen these.
Yeah.
These are funny.
And so I was just saying,
I would agree.
I was just saying Lindsay's comment. Lindsay's comment and Colin's reaction right now is the kind of the perfect
You
Victoria,
are
we
the
hope you're
perfect
listening.
Fiddly fig.
representative of
I'm gonna
this.
call you Fig.
that's a cute name.
He's gonna kill me. Ashley, what questions do
I'm
you have?
fine. I'm fine.
He's okay. He's good.
I'm good.
Okay.
You're really convincing us.
I'm fine.
Get that
Tears are streaming down his face. Guys, I'm good.
Would you rather be born 500 years ago
Oh my God.
or 500 years in the future?
Oh,
Okay.
jeez. Wait, remind us what was happening
500 years ago. I don't know.
500
wanna know
years
what's
ago, what
happening.
was going on?
When was that?
America was about to be discovered.
Christopher
It was like the
Columbus.
plagues and stuff.
500
1524.
years ago is not that long ago.
15,
grandma's almost
1500s.
That's like Middle Ages.
The 1500s. Oh,
Yeah.
that seems like it was
So-
a rough time.
I would
the
rather
German Peasants' War.
I would want to be born in the past because at least like
Times
we
are
have
simpler.
we
Yes.
have an idea of like what to expect. Like
And
could
she's
you
built like an
imagine?
ox.
Huh?
And you're built like
Yeah.
an ox.
It's after the plague. Don't worry. I just looked.
I was wondering
Okay.
about the plague.
1524.
So
I could be a princess.
What if the future is like really dope? Like 500 years from now, what if you could just teleport yourself on
I feel like
vacation?
That's
Jesus-
the Earth is ash.
Jesus will be back by then. So if,
So if
what
it's
if you
500
get
years
what if
in
you're
the
like
future?
500 years in the future
And you're
you
just straight in
wake
heaven.
up,
you're just in space,
you're just in outer space,
floating
and Jesus
around.
is like,
You're
I
left
came
behind.
back. I
It's
came
the
back."
rapture.
you missed me.
Okay, I want
rapture
to
was-
point something out to all of y'all. I'm going to do it right now because you just did it and you do it all the time. And I've seen it from you. And this one goes to Victoria. So Victoria is the original creator of, I don't know, this expression of like change the voice,
We do this?
relax
I don't know.
face. And like, I'm not sure. And all of you do it all the
We
time.
do
I
spend
have
a lot of
seen
time
it from
together.
We have
And
a
you know
hive
what?
mind.
It's Victoria started it. And
We
she did
turn
it
into
good.
each other.
You did
Yeah.
It's
because
crazy.
you do it and you do it and I'm like, they are all the same.
It's so
person,
crazy.
and I
There are
love it.
mannerisms I pick up from them and mannerisms y'all pick up from me.
Yeah.
And we're all the same people.
That's
Family
like when you spend
core.
a lot of time with your
Family-
dog.
Family
Perfect.
core.
You start looking like your dog.
Yeah, my dog looks like me. I do believe it. This is a real thing.
What
Do
kind of
I
dog
look like
you have?
Bobby?
Golden Retriever.
Who's Bobby?
My dog.
I've never seen him.
Bobby, he's a legend.
Bobby is a legend.
You look like Well, you don't
You just
look
look
like
like
Bonnet, but you
Ashley.
give Bonnet vibes.
I give Bonnet vibes. That's
Yes.
sweet.
Well,
I have a
having a bonnet.
I have a bonnet too.
Bonnet,
Blue
the
Bonnet, the dog.
Oh, okay.
Blue Bonnet.
Yes, Blue Bonnet
No, I
Spearmint.
am way out of loop
Don't
on some
worry.
of this. Okay.
You're good.
Don't worry.
We'll put it on the Reddit. We'll put it on the Reddit.
though. All right, so I would rather go 500 years in. Honestly, I would go in the past because I feel
See,
like
Then you know what's
safer.
going
it'd be
on.
nice to
Yeah.
live in a simple time again where I didn't.
No phone.
Yeah.
My day was spent with hanging laundry. I mean, was that even back then? Probably not.
I
Probably
feel
even
like
earlier.
if that was your only way to do it, you'd get used to it pretty fast, and you probably wouldn't have much of a problem with it. But now, if we were to do that, we'd know that there's an alternative way, so we'd be impatient with it because everyone else is doing it a different way.
So would you go to the
I would
future?
probably go to the past. I wouldn't want to go to the future.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't want to go to the future because I don't know what the future holds.
Exactly.
So
the
this
thing.
is an
It's too
interesting
scary.
social experiment right now. We are all afraid of the unknown.
Heck yeah.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
I'm shivering in my
I'm
timbers.
scared all the time, always.
Anxiety isn't scary if you don't give it the power to be scary.
All right,
Wow.
I got a good one for
What
you.
pill bottles are you getting that are
Wait,
Lindsey's
Hannah,
got it.
are you going to the back or in the
I
front?
think we're all going back.
I'm going back.
taking it back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's take it back.
I'm not going to
All
the
right.
Are you
future.
doing this
Ain't no
off the
way.
dome?
Yeah, I'm kind of just making mine up as we go.
Oh.
Yes.
I did not have time today to write these down.
These are
I'm just gonna
good.
say, Mom
These are
life.
great.
They're actually really good.
So, this one I think has been asked a lot, but I want to know your answers.
I think so.
Would you rather be able to read the mind of 3 people of your choosing for an entire day, or follow 3 people of your choosing for the entire day and be invisible?
Oh, follow.
Anyone you want, and you will be invisible. It's almost like you could divide yourself in 3 and follow 3 people at once. You don't even have to have 3, just one, whatever. But you can follow
But up
someone
to
all
3.
day, up to 3, and be invisible and see everything they do, even in their private time.
Ooh,
Creeper.
I wouldn't want to do that.
Or would you want to be able to read their minds all day?
No.
Read their
follow.
minds. I
I
think
don't
read
want to
their
know what
minds.
they think about me.
No, I just don't want to. I don't want to see what they're doing.
Well, I mean,
Do
you
we
don't-
have
you
the
can stand
option?
outside.
Yeah, we
like,
have
you
the
don't have to
option
go to
to
the
respect
bathroom
their
with them.
privacy.
You can, yeah. They just won't see
Follow.
you. It's like you. It's just you
Could
normal,
we
but
do
you're
that?
suddenly
But
invisible.
if they were to like have to go to the bathroom, and would there be a blur? Would there be a little
Like a sense
like a
like
If you
sensor?
just wouldn't, it would
Like
almost be like
Sims.
it's like you're a
Yes.
ghost. Like you see someone go to the bathroom, right? You probably would just sit here and wait if I was in the bathroom. Like you would have to do the same thing, but you're
You
invisible.
think a ghost waits for you to finish in the bathroom?
They don't want to
Okay,
see
you think they're
that.
going to
made
miss the
this
show?
weird.
Would you be invisible?
made this weird.
I'm
Or
not
would
making
you know?
you telling me that your mind didn't go like if you're walking around following somebody invisibly, who like
I was thinking I would follow around Harry Styles to figure out what his phone number is.
that's not even close to where my mind went.
No, I went real dark.
I want to know what his phone number is.
I would read minds.
I would also read minds.
I was thinking like espionage.
Espionage, and you could sell all the intel.
Well, not necessarily. I could tell people the truth. Like I could expose the truth.
Expose. But would they believe you?
How would they believe you?
I don't know,
You're gonna be
but
like, I
I would
can read
put it
minds.
out there
Yeah.
for them
Can
to
I have
know.
an invisible camera?
An invisible tape recorder, so you record their thoughts.
Yes.
Have you guys heard of the human lie detector?
No,
Look her up. She teaches you about micro expressions. You can't read minds, but you can when you know all about micro expressions. And she has an Instagram, and she'll even pull up famous people. And she's like, "What facial expression do you see here?" After you've learned from her, the FBI has worked with her in the past, and so do like bigwig CEOs when they're about to like hire someone on. And she's like, "This is what you got to look for, like when someone's talking, like where their nose flares or if their lips are really tight. Like I could be like, I really don't know anymore, and this tells you I do know more. Or if
is
someone's
it also
lying,
true? Like if you look to the left, you're lying. Like
no,
right
I
after you
think
say
it's like when
something?
you look off, you're actually thinking. But someone
Oh.
who stares at you when you ask them a question, this is more common that they would lie if they're staring right at you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
And when someone does this,
So that's very sociopath.
see these 2 little lines that come off of like right below my cheek where my cheek meets my nose. That's disgust. You want to see a really crazy face? Because I learned this from the human lie detector. All right, what does this face look like to you?
You're mad at me.
You're focusing.
Okay, what
Like
is this?
jokingly mad.
You're that's shock.
But also
You're,
Now,
scared.
what is
You're
this?
intense.
that's
You're
creepy.
crazy.
Crazy.
I don't
Someone
like
whose
it.
eyelids are up like this all the time.
That's scary.
They've committed, like, if you can see the white above someone's like colored part of their eye, that circle, the white above it under their eyelids, if they talk like this all the time, that means they are either in the process of becoming unhinged or they have committed something heinous.
That is so scary.
And when someone's like this and smiling, you know they're going to murder you. I swear. So anyway, I'm going to go back to the question.
That's for sure.
This is the human lie detector. Wait, you guys got to look her up. Anyway, she's great. But so my point is,
It was terrifying.
it's almost
to recover. That was scary.
I know.
You
I
should
feel
be an
bad for
actress.
Wyatt. I feel bad for Wyatt because like I have a very intense facial expressions, and I'm probably freaking the crap out of my 4-year-old.
Why it's like she's gonna kill
That
me.
was scary.
I shouldn't have watched the
uneasy.
human lie detector.
You know how you
Do it again.
What,
No.
No, I don't want to see.
What if Lindsay murdered us right now? What if Lindsay just stabbed us in the stomach?
I gotta find this lady's name for you. I'm gonna find it in our conversation.
That wouldn't be
But
lethal.
My point was, you
would just
could
hurt.
already kind of read someone's mind based on knowing
Yeah.
their micro facial
true.
expressions.
I can tell if you're mad at me
That's true. I was gonna say.
or if you're a serial killer,
Yep.
murderer.
I'm finding this lady.
I can
y'all.
tell if you're a little happy or if you're faking it.
Gosh, it was-
Yeah, you're not happy. Hannah's not happy. That smile she just flashed was not. No. Now she's slashed. She thinks she's getting away with something.
If you had to live in a cage for the rest of your life, would you rather have the bars be horizontal or vertical?
horizontal.
Why? And why?
Because at some point I want a clear, unobstructed view, and unless I tilt my head this way to see through the vertical
can
bars,
always see
at least
bars.
horizontal,
Yeah.
I can like stick my face kind of up
That's
to
true.
it. And I won't see the bars for a minute.
I think I'd want to climb them.
That's why I want horizontal. I want to climb. It'd be like a
Horizontal.
hamster wheel, you
Yeah,
know?
dude. I
like, for
may
me-
be in prison, but I'm going to have some fun.
You're
Yeah.
gonna work out. You're gonna get jacked.
I'm going to be like a monkey on a tree. I'm going to be like bouncing.
Just like that.
I could hang upside down.
Riding
You
dirty.
could.
You could.
Trying to get me rolling.
Okay.
Hating, patrolling, and trying to catch me riding dirty. Trying to catch me riding dirty. Trying to catch me riding.
There's so much
Guys,
song.
Colin's so old.
I'm 33, Hannah. I'm freaking
it is
33.
No, but you're young.
Colin
kinda-
constantly
Colin.
ages himself up. You're always aging
do.
yourself up.
Yeah, you're
Okay,
29.
it's true.
Colin.
So that
You're
when
not really
I'm not
the
even
same
He's
time.
not even
29.
29.
Are you kidding me?
He be
Shut up with
lying.
us 30-year-olds.
He be lying.
Hey, I'm almost there.
Hey, I'm glad to hang out with you guys because I recently learned that I'm supposed to be wearing taller socks. So I've learned this from you all.
I don't wear tall socks.
You don't necessarily have to wear
No,
tall
I know,
socks.
but I don't. I'm
Style
only
now.
wearing these
I wear
because
tall socks.
all my other ankle socks are in the wash. It's like every time I do
trying
my
to get
laundry, I
filled
have
up.
fewer. I love an ankle sock. I love the gap of skin
That's not.
between my.
Scandy.
No, like
He loves ankles.
I
He
love
has
ankles.
intrusive thoughts and he loves the gap of skin.
Yeah.
Colin,
Actually,
you
I take
would
it back. I can't
excel
live
in the
500 years ago.
1500s. They would have loved you. Ankles were rare.
A commodity.
Yeah. I like a longer sock solely because I don't like when my socks slip off inside my shoes, and that happens often for me.
That's true.
And I don't like the
I
sticky
like my
bands on
ankles
the
being
back.
secure.
Yeah.
Also, I have a tattoo that I don't like on my ankle, so I cover that.
You do? What's the tattoo of?
Lore.
Yeah.
What's the tattoo
It
of?
says Precious Angel.
Why don't you
It's
like
what my
that?
grandma used to call me. I just don't like the lettering. It got blown out.
That's sweet, though.
But, yeah.
That's really sweet. All right, my turn. Would you rather only be able to take in liquids through an IV
God.
or only be able to breathe through a straw?
Ivy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, IV, because breathing through a straw already gives me anxiety and it's not even happening.
One time, we were in elementary school. We were doing this exercise where the whole class had straws so that we could sympathize with this kid who had asthma.
Why are they always doing weird stuff like that? in
Where did you
school?
go?
I
To
went
school?
to Hilltop Elementary in West Unity, Ohio.
That's why.
Lore.
Lore.
Where were you born?
Probably Tennessee or Mississippi.
One of those.
You don't know where you were born?
I think I was born in Memphis. I really don't know.
Walking west to Memphis. Do you know that song?
You lost me.
I move along easily.
No, I'm a few steps down from you, so
Oh my God.
typically I won't.
Fiddly fig.
They had us walk up and down the stairs,
Breathing through a straw.
breathing through a straw.
I feel like that could
That
That's what it
feels
feels
really
like to have
problematic.
asthma.
That actually probably could have been like illegal.
We were in 5th grade. and they had us go up the stairs, down the stairs, up the stairs, down the stairs, and then walk down the hallway.
Did you cheat and like open your mouth a
Probably
little?
breathe through my nose, to be honest
Yeah,
with you.
how are they policing that?
Well, the kid that had asthma didn't have to do it.
Okay, this
Oh
is
my
a little
gosh,
weird. That's like
that's
actually a way to
horrible.
embarrass him, probably.
Yeah, they're villainizing him because he has asthma.
He and I used to swim in the pond in front of my house. And when I say pond, it was a little bitty fountain that we'd pee in.
Oh.
Okay.
And it was surrounded, it was very fertile around there. There was so many sunflowers. It was really sweet.
I'm
but
having weird visions of you peeing in a fountain with sunflowers all around you.
that was me.
Poetic.
It's poetic.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, but he and I had a crazy falling out.
That happens.
Yeah, I stapled his finger.
Oh, Lord.
I knew it would be something stupid. I was waiting for it.
But wait, on purpose?
Why?
Oh, 100%.
And
Why?
how old
What
were
did
you?
he do to?
Because I was trying to go sharpen my pencil, and he took his hand and put it on the desk next to him that I was trying to go through. And I said, "Hey, move your arm." And he goes, "Take another route."
That's so fifth
I
grade
love this
Thomas.
kid. I
And
love
his hand
this
was on the
kid.
teacher's desk near the stapler.
Take another route.
So you just
So I took my hand and I slammed it on the stapler on his finger. And yeah.
Rookie mistake
And
putting your
that's
hand near the
how-
stapler.
Yeah.
He was
He
asking
goes,
for it.
fingers in stapler. I wasn't a bully, but this guy, for some reason, he just got on my nerves a
Some
little
people
bit.
do.
I was also in 5th grade.
Did he pee on you?
Wow, we are going there.
Hannah,
Genuine question.
why would he have peed on me?
I mean, he sounds like a villain. You said you both peed in the fountain.
and now that's why you hate him.
Yeah.
No, we thought that like when you pee in the pool, it just dissipates. We thought it would go away. We didn't realize that
It's still there.
water has boundaries and it's still there. And it's not like there was a filter in this little pond. It was just like black plastic. That's what kind of pond this was. And it wasn't big.
That kind, like
It
the kind
It
you
wasn't.
get
It was
from
like
a
the
koi
size of the
fish.
table.
It was a puddle.
It was a little. No, it was a.
You
it
guys
was
were
a
swimming in your
fountain.
piss.
It was a fountain, like a waterfall decor in our front yard. That when we mowed, the grass would get blown into.
So there was like algae and stuff
So it
in
was
there.
algae and gross. It was good for maybe a summer of fun, but then the rest of the time we wouldn't dare.
Got all grown
Yeah, 'cause
up
you-
and
Yeah. So I guess we would all rather just always take in liquids through a IV
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
every day.
That's actually really convenient. Then you don't
can't
need,
drink
you don't need to
anything.
drink water.
You don't get dehydrated. I know, but to breathe through a straw.
But if you're not in a
way worse.
place for a long
You
time, you
breathe through a
can't take
straw,
your
you
water
can't
with
drink
you.
or eat.
Yeah, but like if you can't breathe, you're gonna die.
and you're
And I feel like you
constantly
need
thinking
more
about
oxygen
that.
than what you can get through a straw.
Okay.
Is it like a boba straw?
You should know better than any of us going up and
Yeah,
down those
I know.
stairs.
It was tough.
See, we don't want to do that.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. Okay. General consensus, IV.
Ivy. All right, y'all. Would you rather sleep with just a pillow or just a blanket?
Just a blanket.
Just
Just
a
a
blanket.
blanket.
I don't sleep with a pillow now anyways.
You
can
can
curl
ball
that
it up.
blanket up.
You can
Yeah.
ball it up.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I got into an argument with some folks at a bar in Durham, North Carolina about
Okay,
this.
why were you at a bar?
Amelia
I was like, I'm learning
With
more and more about
Amelia
you.
Ashley Lore.
Amelia
I knew it.
she was like, let's go out. And so her friends, we all went out to this brewery for this like comedy night thing. And it was fun. Then we went to this other bar afterwards. And that was pretty fun because it was like an arcade. So like they had skee ball. And I had a blast at that one. But then they went to this other bar.
So many bars.
And these guys had come from the other bar. We got into an argument about this. Like one of the guys just threw that question out there. And everybody else wanted a pillow and no blanket like a bunch
Ew,
of
y'all are weird for
psychopaths.
That is psycho because
You gotta
a blanket-
cover
Bunch
up.
up
Yeah.
that blanket.
You got to be comfortable.
Yeah.
I do that. Sometimes I wake up, my head's not even on the pillow. I'm curled into the blanket.
I mean, I need both, but I definitely need a blanket and a
Yeah.
weighted blanket.
Yeah.
Nothing better than like a little bit of weight on you.
I don't feel safe and secure if my legs are uncovered.
Same.
Except my feet. My feet have to be out. I get too
You're a
hot.
foot out person.
I get too
cannot.
hot.
My
Sometimes
feet
I'll
end up
flip the
out.
blanket over to where it's covering one of my legs, and then my other leg is on top of it.
Okay, I can see that.
Oh,
No,
kinda nice. I'm
like
full
sandwich
covered.
it.
Yeah, I sandwich the blanket. Then I get both.
I even like to roll the blanket with my hands, like pull the extra and roll it up to my neck
I do
and be
that.
like neck down to feet. and off the bed. I got to be fully covered, yo.
I love sleep so much. It's going to be a good sleep tonight.
The
It's
other
8
day,
o'clock.
I woke up at 3 a.m. to feed Mackenzie the other day, the day of my interview. But then my brain went ding, and I never went back to bed. And then that night, I went to bed at like 9 because I had been up from 3 until 9. I was like, Zach, I'm going to bed. And I slept from 9 until 7:30. I think that was this morning. Yeah, because it was yesterday. But she woke up three times over the night for me to nurse her. But I was like, I slept 10 and a half hours.
You
interrupted, but 10 and a half.
For sure.
Yeah, I needed that,
For
man.
sure.
Yeah.
When you have kids, you don't sleep for like the first year. Then your sleep's a little spotty for like the first 3 years.
Girl, you're an angel from heaven.
Would you guys rather find a leg in the woods by yourself, or you're hiking with 3 friends, but you find a whole body in the
3
woods?
friends body.
3
I
friends
need
body or
support.
solo leg?
Body.
I
That's
would
less
not want to
ominous.
be alone. I would not want to be alone.
Yeah.
I feel like if there's one body part and you're by yourself, the killer probably isn't nearby. But if you find a whole body,
Well,
That's what I was
honestly,
thinking.
I'm
is that actually what
thinking-
you're thinking?
That is what I was thinking.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'd rather find the leg on my own. That way it's just me lore.
I'll take a body.
I want the body. First of all, I don't want to
You
be
want to
by
see their
myself.
face?
The body sense.
Second of all, yeah, to me, that implies less heinous things. Like if you're cutting up the body,
I don't know.
and
You
scattering the
I mean, I
parts,
didn't say the state of the
that's
body though. This
spooky.
body could be messed up.
It could be all mutilated and stuff.
But if someone
I'd
lost,
still rather
if you
that.
find a leg though, it might not be murder. Haven't you guys seen 27 Hours where he had to cut off his own arm? So it sounds like
Yeah, I would
two
rather
of you
find
want
a
to
leg.
find a body, and
I
we
find
want
a
to
body
find a
with
leg.
my friend.
We'll find the body together.
We'll come up with a good plan
because
to
then
alert
also,
the authorities.
like, you're not the only one going through the trauma from that. Like
Yeah.
there's comfort in
I'm a
solidarity.
solo trauma guy.
You like a solo trauma?
I'm a solo trauma.
I got too much of that. I'd rather be with the other people.
I can understand
You
that.
don't have to
actually.
shoulder that burden by yourself, you know?
Plus, then I guess there's
You
like
have people
safety in
that
numbers,
understand.
maybe.
And if you freak out, somebody can like get you through it.
Yeah.
Or you could be there for somebody else.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get
It's
it.
true.
Yeah. Is your personality the one that would be there for somebody else rather than
I'd be
someone to be
flipping
there
my-
for you?
Honestly, I feel like in that moment, I would be doing like, all right, everyone, this is what we need to do.
You guys stand
Yeah.
still.
I'd be like, you are
I
going to call
think-
911. We're all going to start walking, get your flashlights out, and make a lot of noise.
Right.
That's what I would do.
I think I could go either way. Because if I'm already feeling anxious that day, it's over for me.
Yeah.
But it also depends for me how other people react. If everyone else is freaking out, I'm going to lock in. But if
Yeah,
someone
like,
else
if
is
you
locked
see
in,
that-
I'm freaking out.
Yeah. If you're needed in that
Yeah.
situation to be that person,
Yeah.
you'll be that person.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But if there's freedom to freak out, then you
Then
will.
I'm going to freak out.
Yeah.
Don't.
I would
But
like to
not-
think I could keep it
freak out.
together.
Externally, right? You'll just have to walk away for a second.
No. I'd probably scream. If
Run
I saw
away.
a dead body, I think I'd freak
Yeah.
verbally. I'd probably be cursing. Something vile, knowing myself.
Yeah.
Hopefully,
If I found a body.
I hope we never have to experience that.
Me too.
There's this podcast, I'm pretty sure it's called like National Park Murders or something like that. I love the national parks. My dream in life is to pack up my family and drive around all the national parks for a year.
That's cute.
However, after listening to this podcast, I've decided I don't want to do that anymore, especially in a tent, because like some of the stuff you listen to on there is
Yeah.
Yeah.
like
The parks
this-
are where the creeps be.
Yeah, and one family, like this family went camping. They had little kids. It was a mom and a dad and their 2 little kids. And someone came in with a gun at like 4 a.m, shot the family, and the little boy escaped, and his whole family died. And he went to the tent next door, covered in blood, just flipping out.
That
Yep.
sucks.
I'm like, I told Zach, I was like, we're never gonna tent
Maybe,
camp ever
yeah.
again.
No.
I'm just gonna rent cabins or hotel rooms.
Yeah.
You get kind of weird when you become a parent. I'm just going to say that. Like, everything you used to love to do, like, freely, now you think 1,000 times over about it. You're
Right.
like, should I do that? Is it really
More
worth
careful about stuff.
it? Yeah, because there's, like, freaking weird people out there.
And you're
Yeah.
responsible too. And you love
There's
your
dead
kids.
bose, guys.
Yeah.
All right,
In
I hope your
suitcases.
next
No,
one's
no,
a little
no,
fun
no.
because ours is a little terrifying.
Let's see.
Okay. Let's just do a speed round. You hit an animal.
Oh.
Would you rather it be a dog or a cat?
A cat.
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 Yeah.
Die when you decide or know when you're going to die?
I don't want either of those.
Would you
know
rather?
when.
Huh?
I would want to know when. Because if I decide, then I have the power. I don't want the power. But if I know when, then I can work
Good
around
choice.
that.
Okay. Ashley, what do you think?
I guess no win and just make it the best day ever, right, Ashley? Take some, like, I don't know, smoke some pot.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to decide because then looking at a calendar, I'd be like, well, I can't do it that day. I got
a lot to do
I've
that
got stuff
month.
that day. My
Yeah.
tomatoes are coming in that day.
Yeah.
But wait, if you get to decide, you could decide when you're like 100.
No, you have to decide right now.
Right, you could decide
I could
what
decide
age you're
I
gonna
want to
die.
die when I'm 100.
7,000 years old.
I'm going to choose that
I'm
because
gonna be
who says I have
immortal.
to decide that it's going to happen soon? I could just decide I'm going to die later.
Would we be punished for trying to play God?
No, this is a hypothetical scenario.
There's
I know,
no
but I just
moral
want to cover all my,
Hypothetically playing
cover all my
God.
bases here.
Okay. God's still.
I'll just know
for
when.
you.
I'll just accept my fate.
I want to know when.
I don't want to decide.
I don't
I'm
want
not
the
that girl.
power.
Would you rather be completely colorblind or tattoo your middle name real small somewhere on your forehead?
Oh shoot! I'll do that.
Middle name.
I'll do middle name.
Middle name somewhere on your forehead?
Yeah,
I'll
it's
just do
going
the
back
same
right in
color.
the
Right below
hairline.
the hairline.
Right
No,
in
it's
the
on your
hairline.
forehead.
I would
That's
do
your
it the
You never
same
said
color
the
as my
middle.
skin.
That's still the forehead.
That is not your
Lynn.
forehead. That is your scalp, hun.
What if it's just
He
below
means
your
like
hairline?
right here.
Yeah,
He
it's
means
gotta.
right here.
forehead.
It's gotta.
The eyebrows are on the forehead. It's going in my eyebrow.
What
Okay,
if
cool.
it's just above your
Cool. I
eyebrow?
take it. I take it.
Yeah.
That's
You're in
sweet.
permanent solitary confinement for a crime you didn't commit.
Ugh.
They give you an option of music to listen to. Would you rather forever listen to 90s or 2010s?
90s.
2010s.
I feel like 90s because I would hear stuff that I've never heard before.
Oh, God.
True.
And I
so
wouldn't
good,
I wouldn't
Ashley
get sick of the
Lynn.
stuff that I grew up listening to in the 2000s.
2010s.
Wow.
Is that 2010 to 2020?
Yeah.
2020? I'm going 2010s. I can listen to all of One Direction's discography.
That's true, yeah. That's your
Yeah.
zone, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would
Yeah.
you rather the other people in this group be alone in the woods with a random man
Oh, jeez.
or
Or
a
a
random
bear?
bear?
Bear.
Oh, that's really.
I feel
Wait,
like
are they both
everyone
bad?
here-
Like the man's
Just a
bad?
random man or a random bear?
You know,
You
I'm
have
gonna
a
choose a
bigger-
random man.
Yeah, you have a bigger chance of defeating a man.
Well, or
I'm
he
going
could
bear.
just
You
be
can
like a
have a
nice
gun.
guy. Guys,
If you have a gun, you can shoot
Lindsay.
that bear with no repercussions.
In all
don't have a
he's
gun.
not trying to murder
man.
us.
You never
Okay,
said that we couldn't have a
You
gun.
can shoot a man.
guys,
shoot a man.
With
Hello.
repercussions.
Everyone, stop. I have a real world example for this. I went to Las Vegas for a work conference. One of our customers was there that I had never met before. We had like 3,000 customers, and all of our employees were there basically. And I saw that there was a really nice park there, Red Rock Park in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's really beautiful. And I was like, I want to go there, but I don't want to go alone. So I found an employee that worked for us that I had never met, and I mentioned it, and he was like, I would go. Then I found a customer who said he would go, and I had never met him, and I didn't know either of them, and they were both men, and they were both taller than me. And I met up with them at 6 in the morning, and we took an Uber way out to Red Rocks. We were rock climbing, and they were super cool, and I stay in touch with them now. So
That's fun.
they might not be killers.
That's true.
That's
because
true.
if it is a man, there is a chance that he's not a killer.
This is true.
But the
Or
bear
some-
likely wants you.
Yeah, the bear's going to try to just do what it does naturally. It's going to try to kill you. I don't know that. I mean, will my 9mm that I have strapped to my hip in all
I
these
love that.
scenarios?
This is the second time you mentioned your 9mm girl. Yes.
Yes. I don't know if that can take down. Sorry. I don't know.
Putting her
For the
finger guns
radio,
away.
Ashley just
I reholstered
reholstered
A
her
fake
9mm.
my 9mm
Her finger guns.
strapped to my hip. I don't know that could take down a bear. So if I needed to defend myself against this, if the man is a bad man in the woods,
That's true.
Oh, I feel like
Are
a bad
weapons an
man is
option?
scarier than a
I'd
bad
rather
bear.
be. I don't know. Well, I mean, a
Yeah, but
bad
easier to
man,
kill
you
it.
can see him coming from afar, and you
But
can
do you?
and you can talk to
Yeah.
him. You could reason
What if he
with
comes up
him.
Not
behind you?
really.
Well, you might. The
What about
worst
that
case
girl at
scenario,
Vogel?
you're gonna have to fight him. Best case scenario, you have a friend.
No, worst case scenario is you're traumatized for life by something that he does to
You're
you.
stuck
Dude,
in the woods,
have you
girl.
guys listened? I remember I moved here to Georgia, and not long before I moved here to Georgia, I think it was Vogel State Park up in like northeast Georgia. This girl was hiking with her dog, and this crazy dude like got her.
Yeah.
And she tried like talking her way out of stuff. From what I remember reading about it, and all these sorts of things, and like gave him her credit cards and everything, and he like murdered her and beheaded her.
Yeah.
And let the dog go. So
People are weird.
people are freaking weird. Bears aren't twisted. They're just bears.
That's what I'm
so
saying.
if the guy's going to be a murderer, I'd rather have a bear.
I agree. I think too, like if I'm bound to die, I'd rather die at the hands of a bear that is just doing what it knows rather than a man that knows what he's doing.
I'm going to leave here so freaked out. We were like,
We're in the woods.
We can
dark,
end on a
you
happy
guys.
one. We can end on
I
a
wasn't
happy one.
trying
Bear.
to.
I choose bear.
I choose man.
Does anybody have a happy question?
I have what I
Yes.
think is
Would
a
you
fun
rather have
question.
chocolate ice cream or vanilla ice cream?
Why don't we go there?
Chocolate all day.
Okay.
Chocolate.
Yeah. Okay.
Are toppings involved?
Speed round, Ashley.
Okay, would you rather be an unimportant side character in the Star Wars universe or an unimportant side character in the Lord of the Rings universe? Go.
Lord of the Rings.
I say Star Wars.
Okay, we're doing speed dating. You got to
Yeah.
fit
Star
the
Wars.
first.
Okay,
Okay, you
Star
know what?
Wars.
That's the
I'm
new
thinking
thing.
too much
We can't
about
think
it.
about it.
Can't
It's
think
the
about it.
first thing
First
that just
thing.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay,
Wars.
would you rather only read books? You're only able to read books or only watch movies?
Only read books.
Movies.
I would say books.
That's so great for you guys. That's cool. Congratulations.
Okay. This is my last question. Would you rather drive a Cybertruck or a PT Cruiser?
PT Cruiser. Oh!
Cybertrucks are literally an abomination.
Yeah,
They're
pretty sad.
weapons.
I saw one in Dallas.
Did you
really hairy.
They're literally.
I went past. I was like, did the military just move
It
in
looks
here?
Did
like a
y'all
tank.
know the way cars are engineered is like whenever they crash, they're made to like crumble like this, so they won't destroy whatever it is they run into. I mean, there will be damage, but they're meant to like each crumble like that. A Cybertruck does the exact opposite of that.
It does not give.
So if it runs into another car, it will just destroy the other car.
I'm
And
surprised that got like passed to be legal.
I have no idea how.
You have a vacation home for the rest of your life. Would you rather have a log cabin or a beach bungalow?
beach bungalow.
Beach bungalow.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty cool. Would you rather become an expert in rock climbing or in whitewater rafting?
Rock climbing.
Whitewater rafting.
Same whitewater rafting. I
Because
love
there's
that.
water
I want to
involved.
float.
Yes.
I don't want to be
yes.
dangling.
Okay,
No.
would you rather win a dream house from HGTV or get a complete full makeover like they used to do with Queer Eye for the Straight Guy?
Makeover.
Oh,
Makeover.
no, like a home makeover?
No,
Yeah,
you.
Person makeover or new dream house?
Okay, pause.
Wait.
You can get yourself made over with like a full new wardrobe and a whole new style and everything, or you can have your house made over.
Make-
Dream
Makeover.
house.
Dream house?
Yeah, dream house makeover with Ty Pennington. Move that bus.
Move that bus,
Move
Ty.
that
But in that
bus.
case, you got to own a house.
No.
Let's just assume we all own
I
houses.
want to be made
Okay.
over.
You want to be made over?
Yes, me.
What was the first option?
You could
HGTV?
be HGTV Dream House.
Dream
Those
House.
houses,
Made over.
you don't get to keep the furniture.
That's
That's
fine.
all staged.
I'll take
Well, in this
a
scenario-
$2
They don't
million
let- they don't
house
let
with
you
no
keep it. It's
furniture.
all staged.
In this
Yeah.
scenario, can we though?
Yes. Yeah, you get
Yes,
to keep
we're
it.
gonna
Well,
keep
then
that.
house.
Okay, I
Okay.
guess that was a kind of a stupid question.
That was
Because then I
crazy.
could spend my house
No,
money
that
on
was
me.
good. That was good.
Makeover.
All
There
right,
you go.
your
Now I
turn,
give
Boo.
up.
3 questions.
Okay.
Off the top.
Would you rather be so like as famous as Taylor Swift where you can't go anywhere without anything happening, or have literally nobody know who you are, like not a single person on the earth knows who you are?
Oh man,
The second one.
I'd rather be famous. I'd be
I'd
sad
rather
if
be
no one knew who I
famous.
was.
Because then you'd be lonely.
Wait,
I'd be lonely.
But could you just make new friends?
I don't think so.
So you're just not a memorable
Oh, just
person.
nobody recognizes you?
Just you're
Like, not
you're
even
Peter
family.
Parker in the MCU now.
Oh.
Nobody knows who you are
Forever.
forever. Yeah.
It would suck
Taylor
to be
Swift.
famous though.
I'd be Taylor Swift level.
She seems to
Taylor
have it under
Swift.
wrap.
Feel
Yeah.
it.
This is the finale, guys. Are you ready?
The finale.
Would you rather have AC or a washing machine?
A what?
AC.
AC?
I thought you meant A.
I'm just gonna wash my clothes in a river.
AC, yeah.
I would rather have AC.
I've got a washing board.
Yeah.
Oh my lord, a washing board. I got a washing board. Do you really have a
I
washing
got that
board?
locked down. Heck yeah, girl.
Do you
That is
use
so
it
cool.
for washing or for music?
I mean, I've never personally used it, but I could utilize it if I needed.
I want to come see your washing board.
AC.
Just give me some lye soap. Come on.
Well,
Y'all,
are fans an option?
This was cool.
Can I have a
this
fan?
is so good. No.
Hannah.
Hannah, AC or freaking washing machine?
You want a washing machine? You don't want AC?
I can live without AC.
Girl.
Hand fan.
You just be using that washing machine a lot more.
I just wash my clothes with myself in the shower. I just wear them and then I take a shower.
Clean.
That's what I'm
Use my
saying.
bar soap.
What do you think the people on the Appalachian Trail do? They don't have washing machine or AC.
Yeah.
Heck
Dude.
yeah.
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah.
This was
Thank you
cool.
for being
Thanks for
here.
coming.
I got to like
girl.
zone out for an hour and 20 minutes. It was
Dream
fun.
guest.
That was cool.
Dream guest.
Dream guest on my podcast.
No.
All right, and that is it for this week's episode of Would You Rather with 3 B's on a pod. And Lindsay. And Em, thank you so much
Thanks,
for joining us.
guys.
So good.
Great podcast.
This was lovely.
Yeah, we will see you on Reddit threads. Answer all these questions. Send us some stuff back. Maybe some fun would you rather questions that we can comment on or whatever, your own ideas.
Someone please post on the subreddit. I will reply.
Zach.
Y'all,
Zach is
you're
gonna do it.
Get
want
on
to
there,
gatekeep
Zach.
us.
Zach is going to do it. Yeah, and follow us on Instagram. You can find our content anywhere you stream podcasts. This has been 3Bs on a pod. We'll see you guys next time. I'm Colin.
I'm Hannah.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Lindsay. Bye.
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 Cheers.
Really like put.
This
You
is
shouldn't
the
have
same microphone I have in my
expectations.
room that I pretend I'm a pop star on a world tour on, and I play music.
I'm a
and
pop
I
star
pretend I'm
on a
pop
world
star on a world
tour.
Are we still recording or are we just joking around?
Yeah, we're recording.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Animal Planet.
Yeah. So, fun fact
Lord.
I grew up in South Florida, and in my early 20s, I lived in Miami. And I graduated with a creative writing degree, and I was like, I want to work in TV production. So I landed myself an internship with Animal Planet
Oh my gosh.
on their show Swamp Wars.
With it.
Period.
Swamp
So if you go
Wars.
back and watch Swamp Wars and wait for the credits, I don't think I was working on every episode, but I was there for a while. You'll see my name, Lindsay
That's
Rolls. I have a picture. It was Lindsay
You
Rolls
wrote it?
back then. No, my
Rolls.
job was to find the content, the stories
wow.
for Swamp Wars.
That's big.
So
for
like
an
I would
intern.
have to do the research to figure out, someone's dog got eaten by an alligator. Was this
That's
true?
crazy.
When did it
Was
happen?
this true?
Who did,
Yeah.
did some kid die? Because that's what Swamp Wars is about, like invasive and exotic animals
In
and
the swamp.
non-invasive, non-exotic, but like alligators down in South Florida causing issues.
Being at war with civilization.
But then I also had to do a lot of transcribing. And let me tell you something, reality TV is never real because they would record like one of the firefighters talking and we would only use half of what he said and we would
Right.
blurp it together
flip
so
it,
it looked like
yeah.
he said something and
You
you
do.
heard it here now.
That's what we do on
That's
the pod.
what we do.
We are going to do that on the podcast too, but it's different when it's on Swamp Wars. So that's where my name was. So this is like the equivalent
That's
amount
so
of joy
lore.
for me as being on Swamp Wars and having my name on national television in the
cried.
credits.
This is national television.
3Bs on a pod. Swamp Wars.
Equal.
Equidistant.
And having my children are just above that.
Just steps above.
No, they're yes, just steps. You guys are just steps lower than my children.
I can't wait to hold Mackenzie tomorrow.
That's my girl.
Yes, she loves you guys. I'll bring her in.
I want to ergo her.
You got to come in after 8. I come in at 8.
I'll come in after. You got to stay till 5. That's
Okay.
when we're doing our family photo shoot.
Stay till 5. Felicia. Read
Felicia.
the book. Hello World.
I did just get that in the mail today.
You're
You
welcome.
guys want to talk about birth?
No.
I'm just kidding. I'll save that
I'm
for
so
a
terrified
motherly
of birth.
podcast.
I personally am fine. I'm fine with
That's
that.
a really good. Wait, fine, not
Glad
to.
I'm fine not to.
Yeah, that's a great way to answer that.
Thank you. Thank you for the offer.
This was my
I am
answer.
fine.
Someone have a mom's podcast, and I can talk about both experiences.
Both
I'll have a
experiences.
podcast
You say
where
both?
I am
Both.
not a
Both.
mom and I have moms on.
What?
Except it's just you.
What?
I'll start a podcast where I'm not a mom.
I can talk about
but I have
C-sections,
moms
and I
on
can talk
and
about
me.
VBACs and the.
What's that?
See, you can make a lot of money on a
She's
podcast.
tricking
with
us
this.
into talking about it.
Listen, y'all. I'm just
I'm so
saying,
curious.
if you
I
guys
wanna
really want
know.
your podcast to get famous, there is a plethora of women out there who are doing tons of research on VBACs, and I had one,
What is that?
a vaginal birth after cesarean.
I didn't know that was possible.
Now
That's
it is.
crazy. Is that a new thing, or is that
Do
a
they-
thing they be doing? for a
It's
while?
not. So medically, usually it used to be once you had a C-section, you always had to have a C-section, and not every hospital will support a VBAC. But more and more practices are now seeing that it's actually healthier for baby and mom. It's not quite as risky as they all thought it was.
So they put the baby back in and then push it through the vagina.
That's like your first baby.
So
with
I'm not going to get gory. I'm not going to get gory. A C-section.
They cut through
They
7
cut
layers.
your uterus. Yes, they cut through all of your, but they cut your uterus and it heals. They stitch it and it heals, and that's where you host next baby. So
Can you see
they're
your
always.
spine during a C-section?
I don't know because I can't see.
I don't.
I don't
You
think
don't know.
so.
You know they're awake during C-sections.
Yeah.
You are, and it's freaking
Crazy.
trippy.
Have you had one?
Wyatt was a C-section.
I didn't know that.
And then Mackenzie was a vaginal birth
Right,
after
VBAC.
C-section.
Okay.
Wyatt was a C-section, y'all.
That head, bro.
I'll never forget this. Yeah, he was a big dude. He was born December 30th, and I'll never forget, on Christmas Eve, we were sitting in our little Marietta house. Zach went out to go get us like dinner. It was dark because it was winter, and I had the tree lit for Christmas, and I sat there crying, and he came home, and I was like, I'm terrified because I think I'm going to have a C-section. I was like, I'm going to die.
Intuition.
And he's like, what? I'm like, what if I die? It's scary.
Yeah.
And I didn't die, thank God. But it was a very, very, very intense thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
My mom.
The surgeons are fast. Yeah. They roll you in. I swear. So you're in labor, and it's like
Right.
you're in your labor room. It's like one midwife or nurse comes and checks on you. And when they decide, girl, it's go time, you got to go for a C-section now. The nurse said to me, she's like, I just want you to know it's about to get real busy. And like 7 people came in. They're putting my gown on. They're putting my hair thing on. Zach's
I would have a
getting geared
panic
up.
attack.
Oh my God, Zach's getting geared up, and they're rolling me into the hallway. And I'm like, what? And then you go from this room that's like kind of
Right.
dimly lit into
Fluorescent
the operation room.
hospital lights, yeah.
And you roll, and then they put a drape
curtain,
here, and
yeah.
all of a sudden, like, you just feel pressure. And I'm like, they're cutting me because you're feeling like it doesn't hurt. But it doesn't hurt, but you feel like the pressure. You're on drugs, and they gave me drugs, and I remember my heart rate was like really high, really low, really high, and it was like dee, 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 dee. And I heard one of the surgeons call out heart rate, and I had 2 anesthesiologists right here by my head, and I was like, I think I'm coming in and out of consciousness. Am I okay? And she's like, it's just the drugs. You're fine. And then your body shakes and trembles.
Yeah.
They had to put like one of those like heat blanket, like the things that look like metal on you.
Colin is unwell.
It was crazy, but it happens fast. It's like push.
Yeah.
And then I heard him. Ah! And then when you hear him, the craziest thing, like you just like switch out from what's happening. And now like, I'm like, oh my God, that's my baby. And it's surreal. And they took him out of me. And they brought him over to his baby area, which was in the same operation room. Zach was next to him. They weighed him. They checked on him. They wrapped him up. Someone brought him next to my face. I couldn't even hold him because my hands were down. They put Wyatt's cheek to my cheek, and I cried. I said hello, and I gave him a kiss, and then they took him away. And like 45 minutes later, I was sewn up in all 7 layers, and I was in post-op holding him, and I was drugged up. So that was Wyatt's experience, and that takes a lot of recovery. I came home. I couldn't even lay down.
Yeah.
You can't even lay down.
Yeah.
Because your
it
muscles.
stretches.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know how to lay.
What'd
I
you
was
do?
terrified to go potty. And then someone made me laugh, and they thought it was funny, but I was like, seriously, don't make me laugh. Like, it feels like you have like become a door hinge and like half your body's just hanging off. It was horrible. So I don't feel pain now, but they're worried in a VBAC that when you're pregnant and you're going through delivery,
pushing.
Right.
that it's going to reopen and you're going to have like,
That's
you're going
why
to burst your
once you have
uterus.
one,
And
they
that is a
make you
life
do
or
it
death
again.
scenario.
Wow.
So that's it's not as scary though as doctors think because like the success rate is very high and like
Right.
But
the
they just
mortality.
normally don't want to take the risk.
Yeah.
Some doctors now actually want to. They're like, this
Okay.
is actually healthier. There's like you got to fit standards.
I'm still not well.
You're like, I really don't want to talk about this.
No.
You got to fit into like if you've had I think like 2 C-sections.
Right.
A lot of doctors like
Yeah.
absolutely not.
Yeah.
But if you've been like between a certain amount of time in your pregnancies and you're healthy, there's no
have to fit all the
complications.
things,
You got to like fit it, and they even give you like an assessment now. They're like, you have an 86% chance that like this was going to be
Wow.
fine. So then I had Mackenzie VBAC, and that was a totally different experience.
Was it better? Less traumatized?
Yeah, well, it's different in
still
its
not
own
sure
way.
about the logistics.
So let me tell this. So
birth?
Mackenzie was natural. Like that was godly because I hired a doula. I highly recommend hiring a doula.
Okay.
I hired a doula, and they were just really like support from mom and dad. They don't deliver baby. But I was like, hey, you know, like, I think my water broke. Is this normal? Like, my water didn't break with her. But things were happening, and they were like, yeah, you're
they had
going.
to break your water, didn't they?
Yeah, they did in the hospital.
My goodness.
I had a 38-hour labor with Mackenzie.
Was it all painful?
It was all intense.
Pain for 38 hours?
It was on and off intensity, and at the end, it was pretty intense. But it was cool because, like, I was tracking my contraction. Yeah, and that 4.5 minutes, she was like, let's go to the hospital now. So we went. Yeah. And then, my water was above her head, so she couldn't come out. They had to break my water, but I was afraid because they broke my water with Wyatt, and I ended up in a C-section. Yeah. So the midwife was like, let's break your water. I'm like, no. But it was painful. Like, not the water breaking, just the labor. And finally Zach was like, it's going to be okay. And I cried, and I was like, I really don't want a C-section again. And I'm afraid if they break my water, I'm going to have a C-section. Well, they broke my water, and homegirl, she was coming. She was coming. Then I got an epidural, but it failed. I had a failed epidural. No. So y'all, if I could paint a picture for you, this was me. I had 2 hours of pushing her. In those 2 hours, this is what was happening. I had severe pain inside of like my hip bone. Like, you know where your hip bone is?
Yeah, where you breathe and it's like that
go
sharp.
Inside there. And so it was so bad. Your contraction lasts like 10 to 15 seconds that I had two nurses.
She's upset. She didn't like it.
Sorry, dog. I had two nurses, my doula, Zach, and the midwife. And the nurses or my doula, I was like, contraction coming. And I'm like, shove your hand in. And at first they were like, we're going to massage your hip. I looked at one of them. I'm like, no, you need to shove your hand knuckles deep in my hip bone. Like, pull my hip bone away from me. That's the only way I got through labor. And it was so bad. Zach and I were doing tug of war. He stood in front of me and he would pull on a bed sheet and I'd have to pull the other way to like help. And I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And it was so painful. I looked at the midwife and I was like, I'm done. Take me for a C-section. And this midwife, I'll never forget her. And I still need to write her a thank you note. She looked at me. She goes, you're doing this. You're too late for a C-section. So this is what it is. You're going to do this now. And I needed someone to kind of slap me. And I was like, okay. I'm like, we're doing this. And it was rough. And in the last, like right before delivery, like maybe the last 6 contractions and pushes, I would be up pushing, they would count, and I would literally pass out.
Really?
I was asleep. And then like a minute later, I'd be like woken up by the contraction.
Oh my God.
I asked Zach, I'm like, I think I was falling asleep. He's like, you were out cold. A minute out, 10 seconds up. A minute out, 10 seconds up.
That's a HIIT workout. That's a straight up HIIT workout.
This was the godly thing. I didn't know like where I was because I didn't want to look in the mirror.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I looked at all the women around me and I got really emotional, like a swell of emotion. And I was like, I just want to thank you all so much. I'm like, I couldn't have done this without you. And I'm like, I just really appreciate you guys. And they're like, the baby's coming. And I'm like, I just really thank you so much. And they're like, oh yeah, the baby's coming, because you get like really, it's just like, you're just like adrenaline of emotions. And then they're like, her head is out. And I'm like, what? And I was like, hand her to me. And the midwife that was like, you're going to do this. She looked at me. She goes, you're going to get your baby. And I was like, what? She goes, reach down and get your baby. What? And I'm like, what? So I put my hands under her armpits. And
you Kourtney Kardashian this?
I pulled her onto my chest.
Did you?
I pulled her onto my chest.
You delivered your own baby.
Zach, I have this.
What did you even pay for?
I mean,
you did it yourself.
Okay. I did not know. You need them. But I pulled her onto my chest. And in that moment, it's the craziest thing, because it's like, it's almost like there's chaos around you and it all stops. And you're just like in this bubble, you and your baby. And like, it's just, I don't know. It's like total zen and the deepest love you can ever feel in a moment. Like, I just held her. I was crying. I have a picture of me like holding her crying and just like, oh my God. And Zach's in the background like crying. And then I just held her. And like 10 minutes later, I was like, okay, am I going to bleed out? Because then you go back to what's actually happening. And I didn't bleed out. And then
she's still here.
Then they did golden hour. Golden hours is supposed to be an hour where they let baby be skin to skin and they don't take her from you. Yeah. Wyatt got taken right away. Most hospitals take babies right away, but now they're finding golden hour is really important. Right. So they just left her on me and I was like, I want golden hour. They gave me golden 2.5 hours. Aww. She was on me. I covered her in a blanket. They didn't do anything. They didn't weigh her. Nope. They got the fluid out of her mouth and they were like, we'll be back. Amazing.
That's sweet.
And we've been super bonded ever since. Zach cut the cord.
Like 2 hours in or right away?
Right away. Yeah.
Where did you?
Actually, no, not right away. Like I think within 10 minutes because it's still pulsating. So it's actually new research is showing like you shouldn't cut the cord right away. So I asked them to wait and they did. And then he cut the cord. They're like, do you want to see your placenta? I'm like, no.
No.
And I don't want to eat. Some people eat it.
Nah.
I don't want to eat that.
No.
People make it into pills.
Yeah. It's a little
I
weird.
appreciated that.
What'd you say?
I said placenta. Nah.
No, placenta. No. So
Where
that
did
was
you have her. Okay.
Yeah. We might have to bleep out where I had her. I don't know, like for
okay.
safety.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, I think we have to bleep that out.
I'm
But
going to bleep it.
I think we're gonna.
or we don't even have to put this on. We don't even have to put
No,
this
this
on.
is a good conversation. I'm going to put this at your introduction.
It was really,
that birth.
and I'm proud of myself because as soon as I got pregnant, I was terrified. I wanted her, but I was afraid. And I was like, I'm just going to put my mind to it and I'm going to have a C-section or a VBAC. And I had
Does
like
that mean
all
you had
these-
her vaginally even though you previously had a C-section?
Yes, vaginal birth after
Okay.
cesarean.
Okay.
Cesarean is the C-section.
Okay, because what I was thinking, oh honey, baby
this-
doll.
they cut
What
you
I
open
thought is that they cut you open to help push the baby through.
No. Remember when we chose dumb or smart?
Couple
I'm just kidding,
steps
Colin.
below.
That would be a good
Lower. Oh,
I'm just kidding.
dumb or smart. Isn't that hilarious? We all chose dumb.
I think so.
I think it's perfect.
Yeah.
So listen, the moral of the story is I want all of y'all to thank your mama because there is no way having a baby is easy and there's no way without raising children easy. And all of us moms, we all mess up. And as long as your mom wasn't like insanely abusive, then you got yourself a good mom.
I gotta go hug that lady.
It's not an easy task having a baby.
She had 2 C-sections after me,
See,
but I was premature, so there were.
It's rough.
I had jaundice. I was yellow.
yeah.
I came out yellowed. They had to put me in an incubator.
Mama.
Moms,
in an incubator.
moms really make the world go. You could not be you without mom.
No.
And those first
I would
6
be
months,
taller.
I've been nursing Mackenzie for like 6 months.
Yeah.
When's her birthday? I just got
January
yours. January
24th.
24th.
I got December 30th and January 24th. Her birth month is a carnation. I love carnations and Wyatt's.
Is
That's
she-
sweet.
What is that? What's her zodiac sign?
I think Wyatt's a Capricorn. I think she's an Aquarius.
Okay, Harry Styles is an Aquarius.
I'm a Virgo and Zach is a Scorpio.
Scorpio.
I'm a
You're
Scorpio.
You guys got some
That's why you
pinchers.
get along well with us.
I think so. What are you, Colin?
I'm a Libra.
Okay.
That makes sense to me. I'm right on the cusp. So some people will say that I'm a Libra, and some people will say that I'm a Scorpio.
So you're bipolar.
But well, that's actually true.
Oh.
Fun fact.
You don't seem bipolar.
No.
It is.
What?
Okay. That was scary. That was a
What if
scary
all the lights are
laugh.
off? Would you rather all the lights be off and hear that, or all the lights be on?
I would
But you
rather the
don't
lights
know
be
where
on.
it's coming from.
If it wasn't coming
If I
from
heard
you,
that, I would
I
know
would
it's
leave immediately.
This is like good mythical more. Like what we're doing right now is like, did you ever listen to or watch Good Mythical Morning?
No.
It was Rhett and Link.
Rhett and Link. You would
like-
love them.
Yeah, you would
They're
like
funny.
them. Are they still doing that? Okay, wow.
They still
But
be
yeah, they're
doing stuff.
YouTubers, and they would have like a Good Mythical Morning. I don't know how long it would be, maybe like 30 minutes or
Yeah.
something. And then they started doing like a Good Mythical More, and it was
Like
just
extras.
extra
I love
after the
that.
episode. That's what we're doing right now. Good Mythical More.
For those who are not
Extra
here,
B.
Colin did not want to have the birth conversation. And over time, he has sunk further and further into his couch and held the dog even closer.
Hey, do your count. Do your count.
The feeling of the
letter
day
of
is
the day.
uncomfortable. Yeah. 3 B's on a.
I feel like you could do a really good announcer voice.
Announcer?
Yeah.
This week on.
No, too enthusiastic.
This week on.
Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
3 B's on a. Pod.
I've always wanted to be the person that like has the voiceover for the Georgia Aquarium. I want to be like,
I want to go to the aquarium.
right, like,
Let me do 3Bs on
welcome
the
to
road
the Georgia Aquarium. you'll see whales,
You have a
whale
good voice
sharks.
for that.
Stop.
I'm
Quit
so-
it.
You should do
I'm
audiobooks.
How do I do this?
I don't know.
How do I
feel like
get
you can
into
get into
that?
that.
I want to get into
Voice
this shit.
acting.
I want to do voiceover crap. I don't
Yeah.
know where to start or how to go or where to get
Google
the
it.
contract.
They know.
Something. I don't have the tech. I don't
Maybe
even know if I
they'll
have the
hear
time.
this podcast.
But I want to do it. I want to
They'll
do
hear
it.
this pod.
Because I can do all. I like.
Can you
I
do any impression?
Yes. Who should I impress?
Miley Cyrus,
Okay, I think I might be a little old for that.
Celine Dion,
Maybe I can't do impressions.
Trump,
I don't know. Maybe I just don't watch enough.
Kamala,
Okay, we're gonna stop on that.
Ellen.
I could do accents.
Do
Ashley. Do
a
Ashley.
good accent.
What would you like? What sort of English accent would you like? Would you like
daddy's
rather
English.
posh?
I'd-
Or do you want like fish and chips and
I
things?
want Cockney.
Cockney? Cockney, yeah? Yeah, all right.
Do
Yeah,
Scottish.
fish and
Yes.
chips. What?
Scottish.
Scottish.
Oh, they're
Irish.
so close. Irish? Like,
Irish?
mine's a little leprechaun-y.
Irish.
Irish like this, yeah?
Thanks a lot,
3
Rachel.
days ago.
Thanks a lot, Rachel.
Thanks a lot, Rachel.
I can do the
Thanks
Calm
to you.
app.
My charger's not charging on my iPad anymore.
Headspace.
Oh, you can do
Everything
Calm app.
as well.
Oh,
Can
I
you do
listen to
Jonathan
those to
Rumi?
fall asleep.
In the lavender
crazy.
fields in the south of France.
I'm asleep.
This is a real sleep story
Ashley's
that I listened
gone.
to
Yeah,
about
me
the
too.
South of France. Do you use the Calm app?
Yes, I do.
Me too. I've listened to that so many
Or I can be like, welcome to 97.8 party time with USA. We're going to have a great time today, everyone.
Okay, but do that voice with Calm app.
Now we're in the lavender fields.
In the lavender fields in the south of France.
That's what Camila
But I
Cabello
can be
Like,
sounds
oh my God.
You're like a
are you-
trip advisor
Yes.
on
What?
Calm app.
That's like narrator of Gossip
Real
Girl.
Barbie. You know what I'm saying? Or I could be like, are you freaking serious? Or in South Florida, it's always like, what's that word that's not actually a word?
Ain't.
No. In South Florida, a lot of people say this word. They're like, but it's and then the word they say is the version of the word. I'm going to remember it when I leave. Anyway.
I'm so
No, but like,
Irregardless.
irregardless.
Really? People
Yes.
say that?
Yes.
I say that as a joke all the time.
In South Florida, people really think irregardless is a word. They're like, ay, pero irregardless. I'm like, irregardless is not a freaking word. Pero.
Word. Pero.
Pero.
Dog,
Ay, pero
dog.
irregardless.
Dog, dog.
Ay, pero
I
me.
say irregardless as a joke. Smart.
Thank you for making fun of my culture.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding.
Oh
I'm just
my
kidding.
God.
I'm
You
like,
just called her a couple steps down.
Well,
he's never gonna let me.
Yeah.
apparently what goes
You
around
messed
comes
up,
around.
girl.
I want that on a shirt. Just a couple steps down.
But if you listen to how I said it, it's not mean.
Okay.
Right.
He's
cool.
I gotta go because Zach wanted to go to bed at 9 and it's 9:09.
Yeah. Okay. It's
Gasp.
It's time for bed.
Okay.
All right.
Breathe into this podcast.
We're signing off.
3 p.m.